Did he, New York?
Yep, sure did, man.
What happened?
So he convinced the city he was going to go in and basically redo all these housing that no one's lived in for 20, 30 years. Redo them, gut them out, redo them, split the profit.
Why is he in jail?
They never signed any contract. He goes in and he stripped out all the copper, stripped everything out of these things.
Is he a guy that, even if the right way is easier, he won't do it?
No way, man.
He just thrives.
Because he's not burning anybody.
Traditional.
He lives for the burn.
Is he just misunderstood?
Gentlemen?
What's up, Bob?
Bob Logan.
You're supposed to say, what's up, gentlemen, Dan?
As I live and breathe. Bob Logan.
Boy, I have to tell
The
you,
man.
Matthew is still...
The legend.
My kid was going to...
Hold on, I'm listening to Tom. He's talking about me being
He's
a legend.
talking... Yeah, but he's bullshitting.
Bullshit.
He's bullshitting.
I believe it.
So my kid invites Matthew to go to Elitch's with him the other day. Miles and his girlfriend were gone. So he just calls Matt up and says, hey, what do you got going? Matt goes, listen, I'm working from home today. I'm on call. There's no way I can go anywhere right now. We'll touch base next week.
Matthew. Matthew's he's such a cool kid.
God, he's
one of the best employees you have, bro.
He's certainly a good advocate for us.
Oh my God. I guarantee he's a good advocate for you.
Why not make this new year the final year of
That's
tax
awesome.
flows? No matter what your
He's so literal in so many ways.
Since you filed an audit,
Just a little bit.
From Larson Tax Relief, the tax help people I fully endorse on my referral list at referralist.com. Hey, with New Year's resolutions, the weight's on your shoulders. But with tax problems, Larson relieves the
How's biz, man? I bet it sucks.
My friends Ron and Jack Larson and their team.
There's not one
kidding me?
person. There's not one person on the referral list in your industry that's not singing the blues. It just won't turn. The weather ain't
Are you
moving.
singing the blues?
There's
Not too hot, not too cold.
He's always got electric that helps.
Yeah, but
that
electric and plumbing, yeah.
Here's why
they're-
electric is slow. People only call with an emergency or with a critical. They don't
Or a badass special.
Yeah, we're actually, electrical's beating their budget, plumbing is so-so right now, HVAC is freaking tanked.
Oh, that's what, I mean, everybody says it.
I mean, thankfully we have enough maintenance members and VIP members that we can call them and do their annual maintenance, but those aren't demand calls, you know. Right now, we're used to broken systems and replacements.
It'll hit, you need 4 or 5 days, man, bam.
That's all it takes. When we had that in May, we had like 3 days of 80-degree weather, and we were booked out for a week already. And then since then it's been cold.
Mark, do your electronic drums really work great? Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I got them to,
wait.
Now granted, I haven't used them for a while.
When you power down and power back up, it remembers the drums?
Long as it's plugged in.
Oh. Okay, but you unplug it, you got to redo the whole goddamn thing.
I have not, for the life of me, I don't know why it does that.
And here's what I want to know. Do you really, I mean, mine doesn't, have you done something you could do for me is what I'm asking.
I don't know what you did.
I just can't get them to work right.
Well, mine worked fine. There's no problem with them.
Mark.
If you unplug them, though, it goes back to factory defaults on what you've programmed, which I think is stupid. But I'm convinced that it's something I just don't know how to do.
No, I don't even care about that part, but they work.
Yeah, they work fine.
Okay.
Why? You're simply,
Well,
you hit them and they
for
don't
example,
work?
yeah, one drum will be really low. You can't get it high. One will be...
No, I don't have that at all.
I remember, I thought I had taken mine over there and we put them together to get the best, but here's what I did. I took the drums.
You came and set mine up.
That's what I did. And then I find a whole complete set at my house thinking, oh shit, I had set mine up once, but then I got to reset them up.
Yeah. When are you going to take your, now that you have the house, you got, that basement looks huge. Why aren't you putting the ones that dance
My
back
acoustic
over
drums, I'm going to, but Bobby is building me a riser.
Oh, cool.
To absorb some of the sound and also save my hardwood
Almost like a
floor.
stage, right?
Yeah, but only like high enough to absorb sound and to protect the floor, and we're carpeting it.
Oh, that's cool.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Universe that actually just solves problems. I mean, really think about it. The closest thing that ever came to this show was Dear Abby. People wrote to Dear Abby about everything. You may not even remember Dear Abby if you're like a youngster. It was the first column ever for advice.
That was in the papers all over the country, wasn't it?
Yes, and then it was called syndication, of course. They would go in other papers. And then there was something called, was it Emily Post? Was it Emily Post? Miss Manners?
I don't remember any of those.
Oh, come on.
It's
Tom's childhood friend was Ben Franklin.
I'm not that old. Emily Post was the queen of etiquette, and she did, I believe, a column. But Emily Post, we're talking, no. She was born, never mind. She was born in 1872. Oh, yeah, she died in 1960. No, she was doing a column in the 50s. I remember Emily Post, Miss Manners.
How about Dr. Ruth? Remember her?
Of course. Dr. Ruth Westheimer. I wonder where she is now. And Joyce Brothers. All of these famous.
She's on either Netflix or Sirius XM, one of them.
Still.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth. Can you believe it?
Dr. Ruth got famous because of her sex talk. You know, people thought she was funny, a little lady talking about sex. Here's the deal. I did one of the first consumer columns ever, called it Action. I kind of invented the format. People called with a problem or wrote to me, and I did things. And it was back in upstate New York. So, enough about me, more about me. No, I'm just kidding. 303-713-TALK is our number. Look, you can find out about us at Troubleshooter.com, referralist.com. Just read about us, okay? It's really a team of people who have been helping people more than 40 years. In Denver, almost 40 years. And then what we're going to do is we're going to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We always have special guests from the referral list. Today we have Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And I've known them from the very start. I don't know, going on 18 years, I think. Jeff Belk. He had
20 years, 1998.
No, okay. Jeff Belk had a couple vans. I remember that. And he did actual work. And what did his dad start him in the business? Jeff's dad?
His dad owned a mechanical company here in town.
Anyway, so
Yes.
Jeff got started, and then Plumbline came into existence, and then the rest is history.
How long have you been with him, Bob?
I have been with him just over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Wow. And now he's an owner.
Yeah, Bob's an owner, and Belk is he's not retired, is he? Kinda.
He says he's retired, but I think he's doing some consulting work and living a high life. And Jeff's a good guy.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK. If you have any, when we have people from the referral list, it's really just to get to know them. If you have any questions in their expertise, fine. Right now, HVAC is very slow. And I want to say something, not just with Plumbline, but in general in the industry. If you want a furnace right now, you'll get a great deal. Now, you guys have a special furnace deal, but I want to tell you that this is when you make a deal. When people are geared up and it's not really hot and it's not really cold and they're dying.
Same with ACs right now. No, hell bargain.
Yeah, you can do a great AC. Now, furnace AC combination, you guys have that Save 2000, right?
We actually, Tom, for your listeners today, I'm going to throw out a deal that's just unbelievable because you're absolutely right.
Do it after the break.
Typically in June, we're lights out. Okay. We're so busy.
So we'll do it. Now, is this going to be limited to a certain number?
It is.
Okay, so I want people to get ready. And what does it have to do with the furnace and air?
Well, it's a furnace and air conditioning combination.
Don't give them.
Yeah, I won't give them.
Even better than the special.
Oh, way better.
Okay.
Way better.
303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Kenny. Kenny, how are you doing? What's going on with you, Kenny?
You wouldn't believe me, Tom.
Uh-oh. Try me.
I had a situation on December 26th in which for some friends that I did...
Did you say December? Did you say December 26th, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Elbert County. And they contacted the sheriff's department, and they declared a medical emergency on me without any reason or rhyme or whatever.
Now, hold on. So you're at home, and a neighbor gets up out of a stone-cold sleep or watching TV and says, I'm going to declare an emergency on Kenny.
No.
Tell me what happened.
The guys that declared the emergency are guys that I did volunteer work.
But, Kenny, here's what I want to know. Where were you?
In my home.
With who?
Myself and my dog, Dodge.
Okay, you and Dodge were in the house, and what were you doing?
Sleeping.
Okay. Now, for no reason at all, some people you know called in a medical emergency.
Correct.
You know that's hard to believe. Something else happened you're not telling me yet.
I have no idea.
Did they try to call you?
No, Kenny. Were you acting weird the day before?
No, I was not.
What reason would they give? Kenny, you're telling me out of a clear blue sky, nothing going on whatsoever, your friends somehow got the idea for no reason, hey, what do you say we call in a medical emergency on Kenny? Now, Kenny, you know that doesn't sound reasonable, so tell me why they did it.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, Kenny, listen, you understand what you're saying is you're at home and your friends, were they together when they did it?
I have no idea. They contacted the Elba County Sheriff's Department and declared a medical emergency on me, and the Sheriff's Department came out here, and I have padlock gates on my gates to keep people from stealing stuff off my property. And they brought in the fire department. They cut the chain off my gates.
And what did they do?
Property. According to the deputy who busted into my house, he says, we set off our sirens in your driveway and you did not respond. Well, my house was built in 1902. The walls are a foot thick, and you couldn't hear a squat about it.
Okay, so listen. I need to know more because, Kenny, here's why. And I'm just going to be straight with you, okay? And I hope you help me here.
I'll do everything I can, Tom.
I don't really want to take the call because most likely, now I don't know you, so don't take this personally, but you sound like a nut because no one, and here's why, Kenny, because you in your mind, you know damn well why they did it. It didn't happen just because people don't just, for example, there are many days I get up and I'm thinking about Mark Major, might be a pain in the ass, or hey, he made a great deal for me, or hey, I hope he's having fun on his trip, but I never wake up thinking, I'm going to call a medical emergency on Mark Major. So, in other words, something happened. If I ask your friends why they did it, what would they tell me?
They apparently tried to call my home, and it turned out my phones are operated off of a 110 circuitry, and the plug popped out of the wall, and my phones didn't work.
So do you think they felt you were in trouble because they tried to contact you and you weren't answering?
Correct.
Okay. Well, then why do you say no reason at all?
I don't feel that they had a right to do that.
I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that. I asked, in their mind, would they have a reason? Do you think that was the real reason, or do you think they just wanted to screw with you? What do you think? Do you think your friends had genuine concern?
I think they probably did, but they had no reason to take
I get it. I get it now. Okay, now it's all making sense. Another question, Kenny. Do you have any known health problems?
None.
Okay, this makes sense. Your friends were trying to get in touch with you. They couldn't, and they panicked. But I don't understand why they panicked. For example, did anyone knock on your door, or they couldn't get through the gate?
Well, they would have to climb over the gate and walk up to the house and pound on the door.
Okay.
Me and my dog were upstairs sleeping.
Dodge. Your dog Dodge.
Dog Dodge.
If they weren't being dubious, so what? It doesn't matter. I guess his problem is he wants his gate paid for.
Well, hold on though. I mean, police. Did they knock your door down?
They busted in the back door of my house, and
that
there was
sucks.
He's standing in my kitchen yelling, and I heard him yelling, and I come running downstairs, and he's damn lucky because I had a .45 sitting next to my chair. And I wasn't...
No. You know, Mark, you can see some of this. Wouldn't you be pissed if the police did that to you?
I wouldn't be pissed at the police. I might be pissed at whoever called them for the well check, but I would expect the police to do that. If someone calls up and says, hey, this guy could be dead or in trouble, what are they supposed to do?
Okay. Anyway, that was December 26th.
Yep.
Why are you calling now?
Because I'm madder than hell about it, and I want to sue their asses.
Okay, but why did you wait so long? It's a half year later.
I have tried to contact numerous attorneys.
No, you didn't.
Over the last several months.
When people say they've tried to contact attorneys, here's what they mean. They have asked attorneys if they would sue on contingency because they don't want to pay. Now, if you want to pay, you can get an attorney to do jumping jacks. But the thing is you want them to take the case and share the damages, and there are no damages. That's the point. The most you would get, first of all, you're not going to get anything, but the most you would get if you had an insane jury is cost of the door and stuff like that. You had no irreparable harm. See, and Kenny, I'm not kidding now. I'm really serious.
How about mental anguish? How about disturbing my sleep to where I can't sleep at night?
Kenny, seriously, mental anguish is a real damage if this affected you for the rest of your life, but you and I both know it didn't.
I am so mad, Tom.
I know. Anger is people can't sue for anger.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we're in Vietnam, I would know how to handle this problem.
Kenny, seriously, are you friends with these friends anymore or not?
No, I am not. I am not. As a matter of fact, the two people that were involved in this were the estate managers of my estate. They both, because of what they did, I canceled them both out through my estate attorney, and they both lost $500,000 apiece.
Can I have it? I'll be your friend. I'll take care of Dodge.
You come out and talk to me, and we'll talk about it.
Now listen, really, Kenny, do you have any kids, any family, anything?
Nope.
Are you considered kind of a loner?
I am. Now I am, yeah.
You mentioned Vietnam, so you're a veteran. Thank you for your service. You were in Nam?
No, I was not.
I'm sorry.
I was in the Coast Guard, but I was supposed to go to Nam on a ship.
Okay, so you served your country, and do you work?
No, I'm retired. I've been retired for 17 years.
Oh, how old are you?
74.
Oh, my goodness, you sound like I thought you're like in your 40s. You sound like a young man.
I am a young man. It's just that I'm an old man.
You know, there's nothing he can do anyhow.
Kenny, at 74, seriously, I can see why they did that. Because, not that you're old, it's just that, seriously, when you get over a certain age and people haven't heard from you, they're concerned.
It's over 180 days, and he did not give notice that he even wants to sue. So even if he found an attorney that would do it for free, he did not give notice.
You're talking about suing a municipality or a public entity?
Yes, in Colorado,
right.
180 days.
But what about his friends? He can't sue his friends. Kenny, really?
Let me share something with you.
All you can do is vent.
I called Bell and Pollock on this thing months ago, and I tried to get them to help me find a lawyer to take these people
They're not
on.
going to do it. They're not going to find you a lawyer because you don't have a case. It's not Bell and Pollock's fault.
No, it's not. All I asked them to do is to help me find a lawyer so I can file suit.
Kenny, you won't find a good attorney to file a suit because, first of all, who are you going to sue? Who do you want to sue?
I want to sue the two people who filed the medical emergency on me, which they had no right to do.
No, they had every right to do it.
They violated my right to privacy.
No, that's what the police did. Those people did not do it. The police...
And they told me that they violated my Fourth Amendment right.
Kenny, you can't sue the police. It's over 180 days. You can't sue you can sue your friends, but no one will take the case, so you have to do it yourself.
I have talked to the Elbert County Sheriff's Department about this 100 times about fixing my door.
They're not going to fix it.
Break down my door.
Kenny, they're not going to fix it, man. I know you're pissed off. Seriously. Don't do anything stupid, by the way, because you sound like you're prone to get crazy.
No, I'm not. I tell you what, Tom, I'm 74 years old. I have an 80-acre ranch. It's paid for in full. I have cars, trucks, tractors, ATVs.
I'm just saying, don't go kick their asses.
Kenny, Kenny, I understand why you're upset. I honest to God do. I'm telling you as a friend, you called for advice. Seriously, I know of no attorneys that would take this case because it's futile. You're not going to get any damages. If you want to express anger, that's one thing, but you're not going to do it. It's just not. So it's just one of those things. Kenny, listen. You were hoping I could find you an attorney to take the case. You know what? Here's what I want to do. I want to ask an attorney if he paid by the hour. Are you willing to pay by the hour?
I am within reason.
Well, okay, you understand. Now, I want to be serious here. If you paid an attorney by the hour, I might be able to get an attorney to drop a lawsuit and file it, and to get you to the court. It's going to be about $5,000.
I don't care. I don't care if it's $25,000.
Well, you just said within reason. It's going to be about $5,000. Now listen.
In the bank.
Listen. Here's what's going to happen. No matter what, it will scare the hell out of your friends, but it will also be a nuisance because they know you're not going to win, but they'd have to hire an attorney, and it would definitely get their attention. But it's what I call an anger lawsuit. We are theoretically opposed to that. But if you call and you want to hire somebody by the hour to do this, you have every right to do it.
Well, I heard you yesterday when you were talking to Lucero, and I thought based on the information that went on and so forth, I thought maybe he would be a guy I should talk to.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is I can't. Okay. What I'm thinking, Kenny, is we're going to try to get an attorney on. Not try. We'll get an attorney on. Suzanne, can you get? Let's just get Mark on. Mark K. Kranak. Let's ask him a question. I just want to know. Who else would you get?
Marco.
But Marco's not going to take this.
No, I don't think it. Well, Kranak might take it.
Kranak might take it by the hour. Not because...
Yeah, but this is all... It's a bad exercise. This guy's not going to get crap. Even if Mark would take it, we can't give this guy advice to hire an attorney over something he might get a padlock fixed.
Alexander, he wants to express his indignant anger. Alexander, what's going on with you? Alexander? Okay. I hate when, we really want to get people. Michael, we're calling you back.
Sir.
Michael, hi, what's happening?
Oh, another adventure in life here.
And you're living proof. I want you to tell people, did you write to us or call us?
I wrote you
And we're getting back to you, right?
immediately.
Good. So what's going on, man?
Oh, I've moved into this apartment complex here down south, and I just gotten done, to be honest, I'm a disabled vet. I just got done being homeless, no fault of my own, and recovered from injuries here recently. But I moved into this place, and the first day while I'm moving in, I find sticky traps on top of the kitchen cabinets with roaches, large ones.
How did you go from homeless to not homeless?
VA,
That's really good.
the VA,
How did you get to be homeless, though? What happened?
I was kind, I let my ex move back in.
Ah.
Yeah, she forced me out, and it's not the first time she's done it. And I'm of the mind I won't be the one that puts my baby's mom in jail. So I just roll with life, and I get back on my feet again. And I helped her again, and she's come back in between the years and
Okay.
needed help, and I let her in. And
So what can we help you with now? You're in an apartment that you don't like. Is that it in a nutshell?
Oh, no, it's not that I don't like it. It's nice to be inside somewhere, but it's infested.
Okay.
I've caught 43 mice.
Now, Michael, is this a subsidized apartment?
No.
You're paying full rent?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a year's lease?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been here almost 6 months now.
This can probably, if it's bad, it can get you out of the lease. Is that what you want?
I want to sue them too.
Well, Michael, again, with the lawsuits, let's talk. If you
Yeah,
want,
fair enough.
listen, Michael, if you want to get out of the lease, you may be able to get out of the lease based on what you're telling me, because there has to be at least minimal habitability standards, very minimal. But let's just say we can get you out of the lease. Now you say you want to sue. Again, like I told the previous guy, people always say they want to sue. There's no reason to sue unless there are real damages. Do you have the money to sue?
I can make it out more than one case without a lawyer.
Okay, so you want to sue on your own, and what are your damages?
Yeah.
What are your damages? Well, you do, because it's going to cost you listen, no matter what the lawsuit, right now, $5,000 retainer to get into court. So, what I'm asking you is, you can sue on your own. What are you looking for in damages?
Well, for starters, I have to leave my property because there's so many bed bugs. It looks like the carpet's
Okay,
moving.
what are you looking for in damages?
Total, $10,000.
For what?
For loss of property.
Okay.
They've tried to accuse me of being the one that brought in the bed
Okay.
bugs. Even
Now,
though
how
I
are
found
you
the bed
going to
bugs
prove, how are you going to make your case? People, when you listen to this show, there's a few things that are going to happen. You wait, and we'll come back to you, because I want to go through this quickly. One, you're going to learn all kinds of things just from information imparted. Number two, you're going to hear very interesting people. Number three, you're going to hear from some crackpots and nuts. Number four, you're going to be entertained. We will accomplish one of those things right after this.
This report is sponsored Kennedy was pissed off.
Yes, he was.
Man, if I was his friend, I knew that. I said, hey, I'll redo your door and everything. And I just
Yeah, but I'm wondering why
right?
I couldn't just do stuff in content and not be behind.
Crash being clear back in the metro area on westbound I-70 approaching the 270 interchange. Solid backups past 225 at this time. Northbound I-25 slow coming out of the tech center from Arapahoe traveling up towards Yale.
Come back.
And it slows down again downtown. Northbound I-25 slow from Alameda.
Did you guys, any of you ever go up to, they don't do it anymore, but the Aspen Comedy Festival back in the day?
You used to do that. I never did it once, but you know what? I love comedy.
They had they had acts up there, you wouldn't believe it, in the middle of nowhere. They'd have like Chris Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
not in the middle of nowhere. Aspen Comedy Festival is big.
Yeah. Well, why did they get rid of it?
I didn't know they did.
They did.
Guys, I'm up. Long. I made a purchase of a whole house fan, they call it, QCColorado.com. QCColorado.com. I bought it. I installed it. I didn't install it. They installed it in less than an hour, and within 10 minutes, I could tell the difference. It exchanges my air 5 to 6 times an hour. Fresh air, beautiful air, wonderful, cool air in the morning and evening if you use it right. And it really, the air exchanges are a benefit, but we're really a benefit. I use my air conditioner less, way less. In some times I don't use it at all. It's an incredible thing to have. And the whole thing is, what, a couple $1,000s maybe for one of the best. You can go a little lower, a little higher. And the comfort is indescribable. 720-398-4510. 720-398-4510. QCColorado.com. Do you guys sell those?
What's that?
Do you do whole house fans?
Yeah, he sells that same brand.
You do?
Quite cool.
Then you should mention that when you go to homes. I mean, I don't see why. With the advertising I'm doing, I'm telling you, if they listen to me and hire you to go there anyway, you say, you know what Tom's been talking about? I can't believe it. If you do that one, well, it doesn't matter. They're all.
What do they generally run?
This one is the best because of the remote mounting and it's all wireless. There's nothing to wire except for the power.
They did it in an hour? That's crazy.
Less than an hour. Less than an hour. I swear to God.
That is great.
They went up, cut the hole, put it up there,
yeah.
wired to a smoke detector. It's done. It was, and there's not a speck.
There's one thing I wish they do. Somehow do something to where it either opens a window all by itself or they create.
You're right, because it's a pain in the ass. But they say just leave them open because it's not going to hurt your air. Your air is being used so much less anyway.
Anytime you open the windows, it's pulling in humidity, even being in a dry climate, which is making your air conditioner work overtime to remove that humidity. But
if you do it in the morning and the evening like this, honest to God, Bob, my house is so cool on its own. Just getting the hot air out of the attic is a major deal.
That's
80% of it, 90%.
Absolutely.
Better on his roof.
See, I always believe.
I'll bet yours is a lot quieter than mine. Mine was put in 82.
Because my motor is not where the grate is.
Oh, really?
No. There's ductwork that goes up, and it hangs between the rafters up in the attic. So you don't hear it. You hear the grate, you hear air, but you don't hear a motor.
Oh, I didn't hear a motor.
You hear it.
Wow.
I remember a friend growing up had one. This was back in the 70s, and it sounded like a helicopter was taking off every time that thing kicked on.
Do you have a fireplace? Make sure if you have ashes in there, and you turn that
Mine
on.
is behind glass.
Okay. That's what people have done. They've had a whole house fan and they had ashes in there, turned it on, and it brought in all the ashes.
Oh! Also, it can bring in dioxide or monoxide. I mean,
It can, if you don't have enough things, it can. If you had a pilot light on your water heater,
and monoxide, right? Carbon
I
monoxide.
suppose put it there, kept on running.
If what happened, I missed it.
If you had a pilot light on a water heater, which is that's the old one, it'll actually blow it out.
Well, how about like
Wait. Don't a lot of them still have pilots or not?
No, new ones. Mine doesn't. Mine's a piece of.
Are they all igniters?
Most of them are igniters.
I think mine's got a pilot light because I had to light it. Sure did. I got 250 gallons, and I turned one off because we didn't need both. and I had no hot water. And then I went down there, and sure enough, I had to light the pilot light.
Yeah, they do have pilot lights. They got an automatic ignition now, but
Right.
But
You're right.
they do have a pilot light.
But a pilot light means it's just on all the time, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Frank's having a special event, I think this weekend, where he calls all his former customers and some potential customers, and he has a big movie event. So I asked him about it. It's a free event.
Free movie? Like
Free
real movie?
And he rents out the whole theater. I'll be there. Isn't it this Saturday? Is it this Saturday or...
Honest to goodness, I don't know if it's this Saturday or the following. We got to find out.
Well, but I have it on my calendar. Don't panic, Frank, if you're listening. I do know I'm going to be there.
You're bringing the kiddos, aren't you?
303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for the very best. Let me see where it is. Frank Duran is right here at 10 o'clock or 11 maybe. I got to be there at 10. And it's on Saturday the 22nd, which is this Saturday.
You know, that guy saved me so much money buying our house. I can't even tell you, man.
No, when we say that, you know, people say, Tom, how is it that everybody you have is the best? Well, it just is. Because I don't know how to tell you that, but we have the best on the referral list, the best of the best of the best. Let's talk now. He did say, Michael, he's a veteran. He now has an apartment. He's been homeless for a while. He appreciates the place to stay, but he says, man, I have a big problem with bed bugs and damages and all that. I want to get out of here, but I also want to sue. Now, Michael, here's the deal. It's never going to pay to hire an attorney for this kind of lawsuit, and I'll tell you why. You don't have enough damages. So it'll cost you more than you'll get. If you want to sue...
The key to everything is I lost custody of my children because of this place.
Well, Michael, you're not going to make that leap. There's no way you're going to go into court and say, I lost custody of my children because of this apartment.
I have to leave all my property. They've took...
Michael, I believe everything you're saying. I am not doubting you have a problem. What I am saying is you're not going to recover those damages in a lawsuit for everything. If you sue in small claims court, you probably can get damages if you can prove their negligence led to the mice and bed bugs that ruined your property. Their defense is going to be they didn't do it. Either other tenants did it or you did it. It's going to be a pissing match in front of a judge and an exercise in futility.
I've got a really strong case.
Okay. Then just do it. Michael, I can't help you. You know what? The truth is my weapon. You can't do it. No, you can. You can go to small claims court. With the right level of proof. You say you have a strong case. What is your evidence, Michael? I'm going to pretend I'm the judge.
I'll start off with, okay, I've got they've got Google reviews going back 12 years.
That's good. Hold on. About bed bugs and mice?
Bed bugs right off the beginning.
That's good, Michael, because that shows prior knowledge, and they could be found. Hold on. It could be negligent. If you can show other reviews, that's good. What else do you have?
Pictures of bed bugs the day I moved in.
Good. That's good. What else?
Chewing holes in my pictures of.
That's good.
I'll plug one hole and the mice will chew another.
He might win in small claims court some damages.
Win what though? Like what?
Well, okay, to restore his stuff.
And where's he going to live? So you sue him, then what? Let's say he does and he gets a new shirt, but then he has no place to live.
I've got property. I was hit by a car on my way to a job. I was just about to start working for a judge, getting him into Congress. I was supposed to be a congressional aide.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Yeah.
I'm just getting back on my feet now.
Okay.
I lived in a tent for years.
Listen.
I just don't want him to get evicted. He was homeless.
Well, he wants to leave there anyway.
Where would you go?
Michael, do you know how to file a small claims court?
I've won 10 out of 11 suits. I've taken the suit.
Okay. He's a suer. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. I don't even know why, actually, he contacted us, because he knows everything. So, Michael, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Go ahead and do it. Let us know what happens. 303-713-TALK.
They get themselves into a situation where they have no place to live. This guy came off the streets. He's got to be careful.
Back to back short. Two short back to backs. Oh.
Should have shot him in the sheets.
He said he caught 42 mice.
That's a lot.
So far, I've had nothing but know-it-alls on the air.
42.
I wouldn't like that.
He's probably leaving food around on this.
I never say.
That's like sleeping in a grain bin.
Why not play a fucking cat? Honest to God.
Not for bed bugs.
No, for the mice. 42 mice, he said.
He said the carpet looks like it's moving.
Oh
So
my
many
God.
bed bugs.
Crackerjack Mudjacking saved me about 12 grand. Oh, maybe even a little more. It was 18,000, but I did have to pay something for the lifting. You know, they correct. They repair concrete, okay? Don't worry about what they say about mudjacking. It's really lifting concrete, but it does fix cracks and all of that, and then you can patch those. It's unbelievable the way they work. I got it done for $1,500 and saved $12,000 to $18,000 depending on the bid to fix it. Listen, they're free estimates, so why not do it? You have nothing to lose. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com.
Did you park to where I can pull out with you there?
Mm-hmm. Right in the middle.
I hate bringing that bus here, man. I'm always terrified I'm not going to be able to park it.
No, I don't know who's parking in front of you though. On the side, I park on the side. So you just
I was always panicked when I needed to get in and out when people were parked.
I know, man.
I hate it.
It's scary.
I took up 2 spots.
Whenever you're injured, you're going to need legal advice. Listen, you heard the people on my show, all the know-it-alls that have everything to say about everything, and they're going to say, oh, you do this, and you do that, and you do this. Forget it. Call an expert. Get free legal advice at a time you really need it. He is the attorney that can represent you, or he will tell you if you need him or not, or if you have a good case or not. He'll tell you the truth. John Fuller, personalinjuryco.com. Don't listen to all these a-holes. Just get the real deal. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Personalinjuryco.com. 303-597-4500. Did I say a-hole?
Oh, he did say a-hole. But that's all you said. So.
A-hole!
Courtney got super buried in something. He felt really bad. He'll be here in a few minutes. So, anyway.
Man, that spider bite, I still can't believe it.
Big crybaby, Daniel.
No, I tell you what, some of these spider bites last a long time.
I fucking can't believe it. It's going on
Wait a
3-4
minute.
weeks.
You two are a bunch of girls.
If it's a brown recluse, it'll make you sick.
Oh, really? Was it a
But
brown
you're not
recluse?
sick.
No, but it's amazing.
Are you
Look
sure?
at that.
Have you heard him talk?
Where is it?
It's sticking the
Right on
head.
the side of my thumb.
What, that one?
Yeah.
Bob gets
How
us.
do you know?
How do I know
How
what?
do you know it's a spider?
Fuck, because the night it bit me, I fucking knew it. I guess it could be another insect, but shit, it fucking hurt, man.
Is it on the bone? Is
Did
it
you
like a
see
red
the
nut?
spider?
I did not see the spider, but I know what I was doing.
He
You
was
ready?
moving wood for the party.
I was down grabbing firewood out in the yard, just broken branches and shit. And I got 2 of them, one here and one on my leg, and the one on my leg same way.
Today is
3 weeks
Wednesday.
later, man.
Today is Wednesday.
I bet it
What
was.
does it look
It could have
like?
been a brown recluse.
No, you would have been sick.
And
So-
this,
Here's what it looks like, brown spider bite right there.
that's it. Look,
Mark,
little white thing. In
Mark,
the
you would have been
It
really,
is.
you would have been sick, man. You didn't get sick.
It almost looks like a zit at this point.
Yeah, that's the only, I think the only spider in Colorado that can kill you.
I don't think it kills most people though.
No.
It's just a little one.
But it makes you
I don't
sick.
mean a little
Mark,
spider.
it makes you
My,
sick.
my
I
dad-
saw on Fox News yesterday, listen to this, a spider so big, they showed the picture, these people were in some other country, it was eating a fucking possum. It was eating a possum.
You know,
And the wife took a picture.
They creep me out, man.
I'm gonna show you the picture. It
That
wasn't a
was camel
huge...
spiders, remember?
No, it wasn't like that though.
I don't like rodents
eating...
Possum.
possum. I couldn't believe a fucking possum. Now, here it is right here.
Those brown recluse are bad.
Look at this
I don't
thing.
like any spiders.
Look at that thing.
Because you can't see them. They're creepy and crawly. They come up on you. You sure that's not
Is that
Photoshop?
really? Hold on. What is it?
I think
It's a
that's
fucking
Photoshop.
spider eating a possum.
Okay, I gotta see that. What is it called?
Just Google. It's on every news station. Google spider eating possum.
It must be true if it's on the internet.
I don't know. The pair had been in the middle of fixing a door inside an old ski lodge in Mount Field National Park when Lattin's husband noticed
Shut up
they
with
weren't
this.
alone.
God almighty, you gotta subscribe these stupid
A
newspapers.
huntsman spider
When
about
are
the
they gonna
size of an
learn?
adult's hand.
Well, that's all those camel spiders that big. Remember that guy? He took a chunk out of
I don't even see it.
Tom Martino here, your consumer advocate. Let's get to the phones. It seems like I'm fighting with people. I don't want to fight with people. I want to help people. But people want to sue and they're not going to get anything. I'm trying to help people. Jamie's using someone from the referral list and he has some questions. And it's called All Pro Restoration. Is that right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for using the referral list. Did you have some kind of a problem? So what was it that caused a restoration? Was it a flood? Was it a backup? Was it a fire? What was it?
Well, so it was a flood, but it was caused by the water filter below the kitchen sink.
So is your insurance covering it?
Yeah, so the insurance will cover it under the blanket insurance coverage.
Water damage. Okay. So what are your questions?
So I mean, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of you.
Thank you.
And so when I got a problem, this is the first time it applies to me, I go directly to referral list, and I thought it would be a smooth ride.
Well, it should be, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, initially it was okay. I mean, you know, All Pro came out, dry it out, but then so they pulled out the fan last Friday.
Yeah.
And then I got stuck from there.
Well, tell me what the problem is.
All right, so the problem right now is they could not finalize the invoice.
They could not find what?
They could not finalize the invoice yet. They said they need 7 to 10 days.
So why does that bother you?
Because the insurance cannot go ahead and start the rebuilding process. They just
Wait a minute.
Right.
Insurance won't start rebuilding until they're invoiced for the restoration? Are you sure?
Yeah, so All Pro only do the drying part.
Yeah.
Rebuilding is another company.
Okay.
And the insurance is waiting for the final invoice.
Okay, so that it all comes down to that then.
It comes down to that. But the other problem that I'm nervous that it might affect me is the insurance says they are excessive in charging this kind of work. Like they're
all excessive.
Their initial estimate is $11,000, and insurance said this type of job should be around $3,000 only.
Well,
I'd let your insurance
First of all,
deal with that part.
First of all, it's never going to be $3,000, and whether or not it should be 11, I don't know. But as Mark said, let the adjuster fight that out. However, I hope you didn't sign anything that said you would be responsible for what insurance doesn't pay. What you should have done is gotten an estimate. Well, you got to get someone in there to mitigate damages. That's the very first thing, to stop further damage. And then you start them on the job, but you should sign it in such a way that you don't do the entire thing until you get some kind of approval. But if
they try to hit him with some extra money, I'll step in too.
That's right. I don't think they will, but I will tell you in general, all restoration companies are outrageously priced, okay? They're all so the question is, that is the industry. Now the question is, what do you look for? You look for people who can do the best job and people who truly can get it done the best way, not the quickest and easiest way. However, the pricing should be of concern. It should be. You don't want to just waste money. So why don't you send us their invoice? You don't have it yet?
I haven't had it yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. What kind of an agreement do you have with them?
So when they first came out, they start work. We called the insurance, and insurance...
What kind of an agreement do you have with them?
Verbal.
Okay.
I didn't sign nothing yet.
You should have had a written contract of some kind, at least authorization to do the work.
Thank God they're on the referral list.
Yes, of course. Now, here's the deal. What you need to do is simply talk to them, because let's just get Jessica right now from All Pro Restoration. Jessica, hi. Jessica, why would it take, Jamie, how many days did they say it would take to get an invoice?
7 to 10 days.
Yeah. So, Jessica, to get an invoice ready, the reason he's concerned with the 7 to 10 days, and I have no idea how long it takes, but he's concerned because he says he's now at a standstill with his insurance. They won't go ahead with any rebuilding or any other project until he gets this invoice done or gets this invoice to them. So, and by the way, I don't even know that's correct and why your insurance is giving you a tough time about that, but let's just stick to the question. Anyway, Jessica, why would it take 5 to 7 days, or 7 to 10 days, I'm sorry, to get an invoice?
So the insurance company requires that we bill everything out in a very detailed fashion.
Okay.
Everything gets billed out room by room, line item by line item, by the square foot or the linear foot or the cubic foot, depending on what type of service it was that we provided.
Wow.
So each thing that we bill for has to be very, very detailed in order for them to cover those services.
Sounds like medical billing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very, very similar to medical billing. So it does take us time to prepare invoices like that. In addition to that, we have to have sketches that we do while we're on site that, again, are very detailed down to the linear foot and square foot of each wall in each room. And we need to make sure that those are accurate and that they match the photos that we have. And then all of that documentation has to be compiled. So the documentation being a work authorization, what's called dry log, so documentation that we've been drying the structure and we got it down to a dry standard. We have to have all of those completed with the certificate of satisfaction as well as the invoice itself, the detailed invoice itself.
Okay, now I just want to mention these guys have a 4.8 rating as far as stars, and hardly any complaints that I even see online.
I've never had one complaint.
And we don't. Now, Jamie, all I'm saying is, if they're telling us it takes that amount of time, I don't think they're screwing with you. But what I really want to find out, and this is what we'd like to do, thank you, Jessica, from All Pro Restoration. I'd like to find out why your insurance company is telling you this, and I'm going to check with Compass Insurance Group, our insurance expert, to find out.
This report is sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Figuring one. I mean, it has nothing to do with it.
I have no idea.
Now listen.
Can you imagine?
Go to their website.
Can you imagine your roof is...
Go to All Pro Restoration's website, then go down on the bottom right, and tell me why this happens. Because it's ridiculous. First of all, we should be first, but not that first. They don't even have our real logos. And I thought at one time, Daphne was supposed to be going through and doing what we call retention, where she goes through and says...
We did. We sent out our logo. A lot of times what happens is they have someone do their website.
Right now, mostly cloudy and 67. Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
With more than 6,000 hotels across the country, including...
Man, I had no idea it was that complicated.
Do you see they have Troubleshooter, the old one?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, mic's on. What do you think of when I say Uncle Kevin? You know, Uncle Kevin. I call him that because he's like a big, dependable uncle in business, more than 20 years. Sheridan Auto Tech. Honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience, satisfied customers, be part of the family. 2 convenient locations in Aurora on Havana. That's just south of 6th Avenue. And then west of Wadsworth on Colfax. Sheridan Auto Tech. Someone I know and trust. You can too. I refer friends, neighbors, and family. 303-455-7242. Nothing too small or too big. SheridanAutotech.com. 455-7242.
What did you ask, Mark? What did you ask?
I don't know.
You something wasn't as complicated?
Oh, the billing for which he was describing, I had no idea.
They bill for everything.
That's why it's so complicated.
And there's no advantage to them to delay. I mean, they want to get paid, right? The faster they get that all put together and sent out, the faster they get paid. So it's not like they're sitting on it.
And if they don't do it right, they'll be battling with it later.
Just like
Do you have hail damage or even a parking lot ding? Go to the experts. Flexident of Colorado.com, top rated with the Better Business Bureau, on my referral list for many years. Nick and the boys have hundreds of years of experience if you combine them. Hey, listen, I really love them. They now have a great location. Go call them for details and find it at flexidentofcolorado.com, 303-619-6273. Several locations to choose from, and they can get you right in. 303-619-6273. Okay, I thought I had their new location here. I can't find it. I need to find their new location. I thought I had it here.
You know, I ordered parts from Rock Auto, man.
Oh, did you?
I'm fucking impressed.
That's what Kevin, Uncle Kevin.
Kevin
recommended them. Rock Auto.
He did?
Yeah, that's where he gets his from.
I am impressed by the price, man.
Hey.
I pulled up my old account with factory auto parts here, and Rock Auto was cheaper.
What were you getting?
Rotors, pads for the my kid's Santa Fe.
Are you gonna put them on?
No, I'm gonna have probably Jeff Vick. He's the closest. I like Vick.
But he doesn't want you to want them, does he?
He doesn't care if I do. He's a translation.
You know what?
He just has lips.
Oh, God. So on his
But I want
website,
it
listen,
I want it.
on his website, flexidentofcolorado.com. 2 locations to serve you. That's what it says. And that's it.
No addresses?
No.
Not just credit cards. And you can get it done in as few as 10 days.
2 locations to serve you.
I'll email right now.
2 locations, that's it, to serve you.
Just 10 minutes to start.
They don't even, I love them. They just don't have it together when it comes to promotion.
You might even be able to delay up to 2 months of mortgage
And it
payments.
says we
You have
moved.
nothing to lose except a bunch of interest expense.
We moved down the street, it says.
303-695-7000.
But
That's
where?
303-695-7000 or online
Right,
at AmericanFinance.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
I'll tell you, Kevin's guy though.
If you go down
They knock those coils out so well.
Are we supposed to have showers today and all that?
I hope not. It looks nice.
It's rare, like a 10% chance.
I think tomorrow we're supposed to be showers.
No, tomorrow's nice.
This
I just pulled the weather up.
This
'cause I was
weekend's
sick.
gonna be crappy.
Well, I pulled up Breckenridge though, so you're right. I'm not thinking here. Although Breckenridge is close.
It's supposed to be 84 here tomorrow. So you might get some air calls.
You know, the nicest units I've ever seen have been in Tiger Run. I have seen shit up there that I guarantee is $2 million. No doubt about it. And problem is they never let, like if I wanted to have Dan come up, they never let him in.
I can't believe he doesn't have his locations
Well, you
on
can
his
go to the bottom.
I just emailed him.
My
He'll have it.
God.
You can go to the bottom and say visit our locations and hit it.
Where? Okay, what does that say? Where?
It
All
brings
the
up a
bottom.
Google map.
Okay, visit our locations.
Kicklat.
Yeah, but if he can't,
Where?
if it
There's
doesn't
one
stick
location.
out to
Oh,
him.
right here. Okay, that's not his new one. That's not his new one. He just moved.
Yeah, Dan.
He just moved down the street. It says up there, we just moved down the street. So you go there, go up the street, there he
You
is.
just make a radius around there.
Oh no, there it is. That is his new one. Epic. It is. Okay, Epic Autos. Okay. So what is that? Well, tell me what that is, guys. What's the intersection there?
It's right where it was before, man.
No, it isn't.
Who are you trying to send there?
No, I just want it for my spots.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
It's right down the street.
Hamden.
That's the best. We have moved down the street.
No, that's what he said. That's what he said.
I know.
You know, actually, he has 3 locations. He's got one in Gilpin County.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
In a little, that's cool.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So
Flexident of Colorado, I was trying to think of their new location. They moved down the street from where they were, and they share a place with Epic Autos. Right. Epic Autos. And it's on West Hamden. And what's the cross street? What would you say? Hamden and what? What is that? The main intersection.
Wadsworth.
The main intersection is Wadsworth. Hamden and Wadsworth area.
Yeah, it's right around there, man. You exit and then you just you go right
yeah,
down the
you
street.
go right down the street. Anyway, you go to their website. It has a map on it. I want to talk to Brian Burns at Compass Insurance Group. Brian, I have a question because I've never heard of this before. The guy had water damage from a water filter. Insurance is covering it. A restoration company came in, and he said that they will not start on the rebuilding or any part of it until he gets a complete, total invoice on the restoration part, on the mitigation part. I've never heard of that before. So, Jamie, they say they will not allow you to start rebuilding.
Yeah, because the insurance sent an adjuster, an estimator to our house, and the estimator need to finalize the estimate before they can approve it.
No, I'm not talking about the estimate to build. You told me they won't let you start building or get an estimate to rebuild until they get an invoice for the mitigation. That's what you said. Now, is that right or wrong? See, you were upset they were going to take 10 days to get you an invoice because you said they won't come out until that invoice is done. One has nothing to do with the other.
That's what I thought too, but
Brian, does that make sense? Who is your carrier, Jamie?
So my insurance is Esurance.
Esurance. Okay, so Brian, why would they say, wait a minute, you just had a clean up and dry out. We're not even going to let you start on the repairs or get an estimate for repairs until this invoice is in.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I'm with you on that.
In fact, I don't believe it, Jamie. I think you misunderstood him, and I think you just want to get an invoice quickly, and I don't blame you. Did insurance pay you anything right now so far?
No, not yet.
Not a dime?
Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, here's what you do. You call them and say, the company that did the drying out is preparing their final invoice. Meanwhile, I have estimates for rebuilding. They will not say to you, sorry, we're not going to pay for the rebuilding.
Yeah.
I think you're mistaken.
And keep listening. There's one more piece of advice after the break.
One more piece of advice. Hold on. Brian, do you have anything you can add to this?
Well, I was going to say, if he keeps getting the runaround, call us, and we don't mind doing a three-way call with his adjuster, and we'll get it figured out.
Compass Insurance Group, they're great. They should be your company. They're at 303-996-9000. We have more coming up with Plumline Services for home services and more on the Troubleshooter Network.
As soon as he gets that rebuilding check, you know what he needs to do. Water damage is like, these guys salivate over water damage. What the hell's wrong with that? Man, that's
hey, was that the umpire the guy who's getting hit?
I don't know, but tell me, that is some brouhaha there, man.
Where did it happen? Lakewood.
Yeah, I know. That's why I found it interesting. It's national news. It's and it's right here.
So you guarantee you there's an assault charge on that guy.
With what?
It's a
baseball game
in Lakewood, Colorado.
What happened?
A big brouhaha when the umpire did something. I mean, the parent. Look, it's fucking main page on Fox. It's .com.
So the umpire was a 13-year-old. That guy was a 13-year-old getting hit there. No.
What happened? It does have tape of it?
Yeah.
It was a 7-year-old baseball.
What happened?
It's not just a scuffle. It's like everybody got involved.
The dad probably started it.
Umpire's call leads to brawl between coaches and parents.
But it's 7-year-olds. 7-year-olds.
You got to teach them
right. One above T-ball.
They're probably shit stirrers.
Where's the other location? They have one with Epic Autos at Hamden.
Can you imagine a strike?
Guys, one is at Hamden and Wadsworth, Epic Autos. Where's the other location?
Down the street.
No, there's another one in Mississippi and something.
I don't know.
Yeah, tell people that Mississippi and something.
It's a brouhaha.
Yeah, Mississippi and something.
Yeah,
what's another good word? A melee. Brouhaha and a melee.
A brawl.
Where?
I like brouhaha.
Are you looking it up, Dano?
Okay, I'm
looking wait.
I wonder where that came from.
15533 East Mississippi.
What does that say? I just need a cross street.
Oh, you want the cross street?
I don't know. I guess. I've never seen such a piss poor.
It is poor. I agree.
I just, come on, guys. Let's go.
Not only that, it should jump right to Google.
How about Plumline's website?
They do a good job.
I bet you guys spent a lot on your web, don't you?
Just a little bit.
Mississippi. I remember.
Whatever happened to Allie?
So she went on an 11-month mission trip.
Mississippi and Chambers.
Traveled the world for 11 months. I think it was 10 different companies.
East of Chambers on Mississippi. Just east of Chambers on Mississippi.
Was she married or she's single?
Just single.
Wow.
Chambers on Mississippi.
Mormon or just Christian mission?
No, just a Christian mission. It's called.
Did she get back?
She did get back.
Say behind
she
the
moved back to
7-Eleven.
Wisconsin.
Did you ever talk to her about it? Did she like the mission?
And where's your other one? Your other Allie? Well, no. Who was?
So there's Allison and Allie. Allison, she was before Allie, and she had a kid, and then now she's got 4.
She went on a
they
mission.
Moved to Colorado Springs.
I'm shocked you never have.
She's the one she moved to Colorado Springs with her husband to open up a baseball.
That's right. And what's Allie doing?
Allie went on a mission trip for 11 months, 10 countries in 11 months.
That's crazy.
Loved it. Said she wants to do more mission work, so she moved back to Wisconsin to be close to her parents, and I think she's kind of devoting, at least right now.
I could see Stephanie doing stuff like that left and right too, man.
My wife and my daughter are going to Zimbabwe on Tuesday for 6 weeks.
You couldn't ship me to Zimbabwe or half of those countries on an all-paid vacation. First class, I wouldn't show up in those. I'm terrified I'd be killed. I'm terrified.
It's so get this.
Zimbabwe.
So last year, so she goes every other year, right? For 4 to 5 weeks. So last time she went, her and her cousin, they arranged for the driver and everything to take them from Victoria Falls to this little town way out in the middle of nowhere, where the clinic and school and orphanage is. So this guy's driving them out. And he pulls over, he says, I got a call for another driver. So he gets out of the car, he's on the phone, this Mercedes pulls up with blacked out windows and everything. He says, you got to get in that car.
Oh shit.
And they're like, what do you mean we got to get in that car? He says, I got another call, I got another pickup that has more people, and it won't fit in that car, so you guys got to get in that car. Of course, they're shitting bricks.
I'm thinking, what else do they do? They have to get in that car.
They had to get in that car, and thankfully it was legit, and he took them to the town. But I'm like, who, how do you know? I mean, hey, I'll give you $2,000 for each one of those chicks.
There's no way, man.
Is it the carpet doctor? Joe wants to know. Piano carpet doctor.
No. What do you mean? I already told him.
Oh, you did? You answered him? Oh, good. Okay.
No, he wanted carpet.
Oh, Buddy Mitchell. Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, but I told him make sure to tell Buddy they're rentals and you want the cheap stuff.
And if you have any work done, that
I go back and forth on rentals. Do you put in the cheapest carpet, or do you put in the best carpet so it lasts through all the tenants? I mean, it's hard to say.
Because the best, they're still going to spill crap.
They're going to shred it.
They're going to, yeah.
No, you're right.
They're going to trash it no matter what.
You just get used to you're going to replace it every 4 years or whatever.
Every 4? Well, if you have the same tenant.
Same tenant.
I am making extra money answering Quora. They pay now for not if you answer, if you ask questions and they get traffic. I made 1 penny today, and
you could give up your day job.
I made total since I've been on it $1.33.
You'd have made.
So you know the guy that was hitting there? That kind of started?
The coach?
Was it the coach, the guy there?
No.
Hold on, do you have it right there, Dano?
Yeah.
What did he get?
Well,
let me see.
Look at this thing, man. It's a brouhaha.
So that guy right over there
This is over
beating up a guy.
A 7-year-old's game. That's what she said.
There's an arrow. Right there. See that arrow?
only pay for what you need.
No.
Watch
7-year-old.
I want to see the beginning how it started. Look at them fighting. They're really fighting.
Oh, they are. Look at that. That was so. This guy here was kind of over there. He ends up kicking this guy. This guy was the one that got punched right away, and he really kicked this guy. Come in there.
Who started it?
Look, even the women. They're all involved.
Look back there. Who started this?
It's hard to see.
This guy started it right there.
Well, I don't think so. He's getting hit.
Punch first.
But he's cleaning up on him.
Look at all
Look at
the
him.
kids.
He gets because this guy came and piled on. This guy right here. You know, he gets his ass kicked.
People can be so stupid and violent.
a 7-year-old's game.
A 7-year-old game.
That's the part that's amazing.
Oh, look at that guy. That guy's out.
And
He's
the
out.
kids are
But
watching.
he came in there and blindsided the guy.
He's out.
He should be out.
I
would have punched him.
Larry Diamond is Mr. Democracy. But his
Oh, wait, that guy.
Look, all the kids out in the outfield are like, what's going on?
Look at just before he kicked him in the head. Look at he like Ultimate Fighter. Watch.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I just no, it was right before he kicked him in the head.
What a trick.
Hey, do we have Wi-Fi in here?
Hope those kids learn their lesson.
There it is, Bob, behind you. There's the info.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. We are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. Now, we have some advice for the guy that had All-Pro Restoration come in. He says it's taking 10 days to get the invoice together. Meanwhile, his insurance has frozen the claim and won't process it until they pay. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's his insurance company's problem, not All-Pro. All-Pro Restoration has a great rating. They're on a referral list, and it takes a long time because the insurance requires immense detail. But here's the deal. Your insurance company should not hold up rebuilding because they did not get the invoice on the cleanup. The cleanup's one thing, the drying and cleanup. The rebuilding's another. Two separate things. One should not hang up another. Now, obviously, you can't start rebuilding until it's clean. But once it's clean and the insurance company hasn't gotten the invoice, big deal. Big deal. That has nothing to do with the rebuilding, and I think they're just screwing around. Mark, you said you had some final advice for him, and I do too. Go ahead.
After you get that check, and after you get the approximate check for rebuilding, or at least get some kind of offer.
But wait, and don't do it too far into the project.
That's right. Then you call. You ready? Yeah. Public adjuster, man. We'll give you a number.
Now, why do you call a public adjuster? Because we have proven over the years that public adjusters can only help, and they will get you tons of money that the insurance company will not voluntarily offer. The insurance industry is predicated on not paying full damages ever, and I mean ever.
And especially in this case, because one, it's water damage, two, it's Esurance, which is owned by Allstate.
Yeah, so you will get extra money, and they'll take a percentage of the extra money. They get a small percentage, and that's after you make your settlement. So, Jamie, you're going to get a bunch more money anyway.
Okay.
And then you need to call. We'll get you a number. Suzanne, give him a number to Paragon. We have a public adjuster on a referral list that's kicking ass. This is what I want to say. We are all for the consumer. However, I think in this case, you are blaming the wrong person. You don't have to worry about that invoice. That invoice is being done, but they should not hold up any kind of negotiation on the rebuilding. So Compass Insurance said they'd be happy to even intercede for you if you want them to. All right, Michael, what's going on with you, Michael? Welcome. What's happening? Okay, this is the second time I went with, okay, he's done. I'm not doing him anymore. And that's it. Let's go to John. John, welcome. What's happening?
Yeah, I put in an application for a certain apartment, and I had to back out of it because...
Wait, you backed out of the application, sir?
Yeah, I do the application.
Yes.
And I put down a security deposit.
Wait a minute. You said it was an application, but if you put down a security deposit, that sounds like more than an application. So why don't we back up? Was it an application only, or were you approved and then you entered into a lease?
I was approved.
Oh, and then you entered into a lease.
Then they offered a lease.
Okay, John, I don't care how you put it. You entered into a lease. It wasn't just an application. Is that right or wrong? I'm trying to get accurate information.
Yes.
Okay. Well, because if you put an application in and backed out right away and they didn't process it, there's no reason for them to keep your money. But you entered into a lease. So this is more than just backing out of an application. You put a security deposit down and you signed a lease for how long?
A year.
They can hold you to it, John, unless there's something I'm not hearing. Why do you think you can? How long did you take to back out?
Within hours.
Oh, man. Why wouldn't they let you out? That sounds unreasonable to me.
Because there was a situation revolving around verbal domestic violence, and we had to.
Hold on, John. You signed the lease, and then after you signed the lease, there was a domestic violence incident.
And we
after wait. Where? Who? What kind of domestic violence incident after you signed the lease? What happened?
Yeah, it was a verbal.
John, I'm asking, who was it against? Did somebody commit domestic violence against you, or are you accused?
It was my two roommates.
Your two roommates had a fight?
Had a fight, and...
Okay, so your two roommates had a fight and decided they didn't want to be roommates anymore. Is that right?
That's correct.
And this is before you guys moved in, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then the three of you changed your mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then they wouldn't let you out of the contract.
That's correct.
Now, did all of you put money down or just you?
It was just me.
Why did you put the money down and the other two roommates did not?
Because it was between their paychecks.
Okay, was the agreement you were going to put your money down and then they were going to put their money down when they got it, or they were going to reimburse you?
What I was understanding is...
What was their understanding?
That I would put the money down.
And then what?
And both of them would reimburse me.
Okay, they still owe you the money, but that's going to be hard to collect. So the three of you now are all separate. You're not going to rent the place. Who signed the lease?
No one did.
Just you?
What happened is...
Wait, John, before you move on, just you signed the lease or no one signed the lease?
No one signed the lease, yeah.
You didn't sign it either?
No.
Okay. Then how can they hold you to a lease you did not sign? I thought you said you entered into a lease. Well, I said that because you paid the security deposit. So let me get it straight. You did not sign a lease.
I did not sign the lease.
But they presented it to you.
They presented it to me through email.
And what did you do through So how did you make a security deposit without signing the lease?
It was a
God almighty, it is so hard to get information.
I'm sorry, it was like it's part of the security deposit. It's just to hold the
John, how was the payment made? With a credit card?
No, with a traveler's check.
With a what check?
Wells Fargo traveler's check.
So you presented a check to them. You handed it to them.
Yes.
Okay. When you handed them the check, nothing was signed at all.
Nothing was signed.
So then they can't keep that money. Why do they think they can keep it?
Because they put it on the application.
What Sounds like it was an application fee.
How much was it, John? How much?
$350.
$350.
I paid the application fee, which is like $22.
Yeah, that's separate. I don't get what's going on here. What's the name of the management company or the landlord?
Hold on here. Let me check my email.
Hold on. You're going to hold on, and we need to call them.
Yeah, Greenwood Point.
Okay, I don't understand the circumstances. They should not keep money unless you were bound by some kind of a contract. This sounds like a bunch of horse crap. Bennett, what's happening?
Hey, Tom, I just had 2 points about the guy that was hollering this morning about the police breaking in.
Let me recap. A 74-year-old man apparently was not answering his phone. It was accidentally unplugged, and he wasn't coming to the door, or people didn't know if he was home. They got concerned, called police. Police knocked down the back door, damaged his door. He's pissed off at his friends and the police, and he wants to sue.
Exactly. And the comment I've got, Tom, he should be so happy that somebody was concerned enough to call for him.
I know.
And let's go on the other side. Let's say he did need medical help. Would he still be complaining?
That's right. I agree. I mean, it's a good comment. 303-713-TALK.
This report is sponsored.
Hey man, how are you?
How's the new place, man?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
like
Construction clogging up that drop.
Yeah, got it.
Bound I-25 to westbound
It's going in a lot of different directions.
Man, I bet you're busy. Are you getting traffic?
We are.
Good.
We are.
Do you have a sign on the old place?
On the new place, we just got our signs yesterday.
No, but on the old place, to go there.
Yes, yes.
Are there people at the old place?
Yes, we're still trying to set for the auction and get.
Oh wait, you're gonna have an auction at which place? Both?
The old place. To get rid of every.
And is there gonna be like nothing held back here?
Oh yeah, nothing held back. Pallet racking, pallet jacks, all sorts of equipment.
On-site auction?
Cabinets on site. Yeah, everything that's left.
Who's
in the
doing
it? Roller.
Oh, that's of course.
Oh, so, but it's on site. You bid on site.
I didn't know
Well,
Roller
no,
did
no, it'll
on-site.
be online, but it's going to be at my location, so pickup will be at my warehouse.
I got you. Oh, that's a good idea.
Multiple pallets of cabinets and faucets. And
Pallets of pallets.
Excel Roofing is the roofer that's done 3 roofs for me. He's done repairs for me. He's the guy that will not just come knocking on your door and ask for you to let him on the roof and then trick you into a contract. All these door knockers, avoid them. If you need a roof, don't just take a chance at the first guy that knocks at your door or even the second guy. Call Excel Roofing, the best of the best of the best. I know him personally, and I've been dealing with him for years, and you can too. No penalties if you change your mind and back out. Why? He wants to earn your money every day, and he doesn't take a dime until he's done, and you are 100% satisfied. He doesn't play roofer games. That's excelroofing.com. Excel is an excellent. 303-761-6400. When you need a roof or gutter or anything like that, just go with someone locally owned and operated for many, many years. excelroofing.com, 761-6400.
You suffer from that. I'd never go back to this Dominican Republic, man.
Cabinets look good.
3 weeks.
Oh my God, I got pictures.
Aren't they pretty? Those
I look better. Hold on, I want to show you the installation. It looks better. Hey, Dano, I'm going to text you. Can you get this up on all our stuff when I send it to you?
Can you just email it?
Not just my career, but maybe
To
my
help?
life. For the best
Yeah,
care,
I can email
recent breathing, call Dr.
Wait, you'll
Alfred
get it up there?
Yeah, okay, a lot easier. Otherwise, I'll have to just do it again.
Colorado Voice
Here's what the Federal Reserve will do.
Centeno Schultz. That's the name to remember for stem cell therapy. Look, I'd like to just say that and be done with it, but it does deserve some explanation. They're MDs, they're doctors, they have more than stem cell available, which means they're not a one-trick pony. I mean, if you need some other treatment that will work better, that is less expensive, they can do it. Also, when it comes to stem cells, Dr. Chris Centeno invented it. He did, for clinical use on humans. TheStemCellExperts.com, for real. 303-963-9201. Now, if you're looking for pain relief, or to avoid surgery, or you just heard that it will work and you have arthritis and all around pain, at least consult with them. You cannot go wrong calling them first. 303-963-9201, thestemcellexperts.com. I'm going to send it to you, and then let's see, this will be so much fun to get up. I mean, the freaking are gorgeous.
Yeah, my showroom is looking good. They're doing all my displays in the showroom, and some of the stuff that we're doing in there really gives
People can't
customers
believe this
ideas.
is my garage. Yeah, I hope I said.
Independently owned and operated, so they're part of your community and will take as much pride in your home's new
Oh, One Clear Choice doesn't do commercial, by the way.
CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro with a C.com.
Oh, did I say they did?
No, you just made me. The other day you said, did I get my new ones yet? Well, they don't do commercial.
We don't either.
Yeah, you do.
Well, a little bit. We don't advertise for it.
You don't,
I don't like to.
Why, though? Like a 7-Eleven has
Well,
their
yeah,
Yugo.
if it's something like a small rooftop unit or something like that, in and out quick, and they can pay us on site just like a COD customer does.
Yeah, okay.
They don't do it, but if it's, hey, we want you to bill us at 30, and we're putting this out to bid.
It's not worth the time. Because you're never going to be the lowest.
Right.
Nor do you want to wait 6 months to get paid.
Yeah, net 30, you get paid 60 or 90 if you're lucky.
Goodyear, when I had the Goodyears, we had a national account structure through them, and they really took care of all of that. I'd get paid generally in 5 days for when I built it, and it didn't matter if it was the state of Colorado, the federal government.
That's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, Goodyear had it all, the whole structure. It's not like I created it, but I probably wouldn't have done any of that shit. The slowest pay I've ever had, the state of Colorado.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So Bob Logan's with us from Plumline Services. He says he has a screaming deal he wants to share with us. And then also, we have Courtney Pierce with us from Buy and Build. And I'm going to show you a picture of my garage that Buy and Build did. And you're going to think I am so over the top for a garage, for a workshop, when I tell you this is cheaper than the cheapest cabinets at Home Depot.
Now, when you say they did it, are you guys installing now as well?
Yeah.
Yes, we are doing installation
He did the installation of everything. I just said do it. They measured. I just took in a grid, and showed them the measurements, and they did it. And it's so cool. So I'm going to put a picture up in a little while. But anyway, so the screaming deal on the HVAC and furnace, what is it?
Okay, Tom. So, this time of year, June, typically all the deals go out the window because it's so hot and everybody's so busy.
But it's not hot.
But it's not hot. So this is for your listeners only. What do you think we should do, 5 or 10? How many listeners should we do this for?
Let's do 10 as a great number.
Okay.
So the next 10.
So 10. So the best deal that we've ever had all year round was if you buy an air conditioner, you get a free furnace, matching furnace free. Now,
yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so that's the best deal we've had all year round. On top of that, I'm going to give you no interest, no payments, buy now, pay later, 90 days, you don't have to make payments. And if it takes you past that 90 days, if you want to convert to financing, it's only 6.99%.
Really?
Which you won't get on any credit card or bank or anything
6.99. That's fine. That's fine. And this goes for the next 10 callers. They get this.
Next 10 callers. If you book
got to mention.
You gotta install. We'll say in the next 2 weeks, because the hot weather is coming, and once the hot weather comes, again, all these deals go away, and we're going to be super busy, as will everybody else in town.
It's incredible. Here's the number. 303-586-1086.
Can I say something else, too?
PlumlineServices.com. 303-586-1086. Go ahead.
On another note, you had mentioned that why are all the people on your referral list the best?
Of the best, yes, and I meant it. I really meant it.
Well, first of all, we had to go through a pretty intense vetting process to get on your list a long time ago.
For real.
But you also hold us accountable. How many times have you called and yelled at me thinking I did something wrong?
Right.
And you did. Because you don't give me the benefit of the doubt. You say, this is the complaint.
Well, yeah.
Well, okay, maybe you do.
I believe you when you tell me that didn't happen, here's my side.
Right.
I believe you. Sometimes at first I get heated because I said, how the hell did that happen? Right, you're right.
Exactly. But the point being is that you make me prove my case when a client or somebody else is calling in a complaint. So it's good that you hold us accountable.
Good. Thank you for saying that. And by the way, with Courtney, I sent a picture, Suzanne, to help@troubleshooter.com. Dan's going to pick that up and put it online. For those watching YouTube or on Facebook, of course, we're all over the place, but you can see the photos of my shop there. This is a garage. It's not a kitchen. And they did it cheaper than the cheapest cabinets at Home Depot. And the cheapest cabinets at Home Depot did not include installation. This, all in with installation, granite, and cabinets, was cheaper than the cheapest big box price anywhere. Now,
did I just hear you got granite in your garage?
But Mark, it's not because I'm not trying to be decadent. It was cheaper than buying those wooden counters at Home Depot and having them installed.
I wouldn't hammer on granite.
It's durable, but you're right. I mean, I don't slam, but it's a great work surface. It is. Okay, I just want people to see it live at Facebook, live on YouTube. Of course, we're also live on the iHeartRadio app and around. But anyway, let's go to the phones. And again, this is an immediate thing, so I want to take John. His worker just got in a car accident. What's going on, John?
Yeah, one of my workers just got into a car wreck now about a half hour ago, and they're waiting for, what I told them to do is wait for the cops to get there. It was a trash truck that hit him. Not bad. But then
a trash truck hit him when?
About half an hour ago.
How bad was it?
I'm not there yet. I'm on my way down. It's not bad, just the rear end of it.
Tell him to get some pictures.
Well, he is. But the safety guy for the trash company has shown up, and they're like, well, no, we just need to take pictures, and we'll give you our information, and that's it. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I would call the cops.
Right, and that's what I told my worker. No, we're waiting for the cops.
Get an official report done, for sure.
What company is it?
Take photographs and notes, too. What company hit you? Is it, what's the big one in town? Waste what?
Waste management. I think
Waste
it
management.
was like Allied or something like that.
All right, listen. It's nothing more than a normal accident, unless there were injuries.
No, he says he's fine.
Okay.
I'm just worried about them not.
By the way, don't make any statements. Don't make any statements like that to police or anyone that I'm fine. I'm not suggesting he fake it, because I would never suggest that. But what I'm saying is, if something shows up tomorrow or the next day, seriously, I mean, just don't say anything. Okay, so as we stand right now, you have a guy in an accident with a rear end. It's the same as everything, okay? Rear-ended by a vehicle, rear-ended by a trash truck. So you do the same things you always would. Photos, notes, license, information, and I would get a police report. Now, police may say, no need. And then you don't. Okay. But at least you document everything. And I like doing an information sheet and having it initialed or signed by the other person, just saying they acknowledge this information, period.
Right.
But if you're that other person, I would highly not do that.
So I got to let you go. He's actually calling.
All right, man. Go ahead. Let me know what happens.
Would you sign something like that? It's great to ask for it.
If someone wanted me to sign my name, date, all of the...
And that you acknowledged you caused it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no, not that. I'm talking about acknowledging the date, the time, the location. Because some people deny things even happened. No, you should, and it would be unreasonable to ask someone to admit to fault, and they could probably get it thrown out anyway. Alexander, what's going on with you?
With me?
Yeah.
In humans it's called criminal negligence.
Yes.
But when they do it...
Well, no. In humans, it's not called criminal negligence. Hardly ever. You're talking about a doctor?
I'm talking about doctor of veterinary.
No, I know, but with humans, they don't charge doctors with crimes for malpractice unless he was drunk or he intentionally inflicted pain and misery on someone. It's a civil matter. So because you started out the whole conversation by saying with humans they call it criminal, and they don't. So let's just move on to the veterinarian. You have a malpractice with a veterinarian?
Yes.
Okay. Just because it's with a veterinarian doesn't mean it's not malpractice. You could very well have malpractice. The problem when it comes to malpractice with a veterinarian is the damage part, because some courts recognize animals as personal property and don't acknowledge the additional pain and suffering, all that. However, there has been some precedent where some courts have acknowledged that. But right now, it is not really common law all over that you get extraordinary damages. Not yet.
Tom, my goal is not to get money. My goal is to forewarn other people about this allegedly respectable high-end veterinary hospital.
All right, what happened? Let's go there. Let's talk about what happened, Alexander.
Okay. I had a lassie-looking dog, a collie, sable, gorgeous, 10 years old, who lived with me from 2 months all his life. And on May 4th and 5th, Pastushok, his name in Russian, in English translation means little shepherd, suddenly started heavily limping, just heavily limping, and on the side.
God, I hate. You know what? The collies have something that they refer to as collie disease, where it has a dysplasia in the hip, similar to German Shepherds, but oh, it's a terrible thing. I hope that's not what it was. Anyway, what happened with Little Shepherd?
And he started also throwing up. And, and my suspicion was cancer. And so on May 6th, I took him to...
Yeah, I don't need to know all the dates. Let's get right to this part. What did the vet do wrong?
Well, at 9 a.m.
I don't need all the times and dates. I just need to know roughly what do you feel the vet did wrong.
Okay. The vet never met with me for 1 second.
Okay.
Just leave the dog. In an hour, the vet called me and said, your dog has little stomach bug, and it's exact quote.
Okay.
Little stomach bug and arthritis.
That's it. A stomach bug and arthritis.
Right.
And how long did you left the dog for an hour?
1 hour.
Okay. Did you stay in the waiting room or did you leave?
I left.
And he called and told you this. Then what happened?
The vet called me and said...
I understand. A stomach virus and a bug and arthritis. Then what happened?
And $362 charge. At any rate, I picked up the dog, and the next day he died.
How did he die? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
You know, the same day after the hospital, he...
How old's the dog?
10 years.
10. Oh, you said that. Now, listen. Here's what I want to know, okay? If the vet missed a serious diagnosis, he did not cause the diagnosis. This is what's important. He did not cause the problem. However, if missing the diagnosis could have saved the dog's life, it turns a little more complicated. But I doubt, maybe he did, I don't know. But what did he die from? Let's go there. What was it? What is it? What did it turn out to be?
I don't know.
Oh, no one knows? Okay.
No one knows, but...
Let's say it was something acute and something that could have been dealt with that day to save his life. Well, obviously, the negligence cost the life of a 10-year-old dog. But let's say it was cancer, or let's say it was something very serious. Then him missing the diagnosis did nothing.
I understand that.
So hold on and we'll discuss it.
What do you think?
This report is...
He mainly wants to just get it out of there because the veterinary would never respond when he sent it. He just wants to get the name of that veterinary place.
He just wants to cause havoc.
Yeah.
Who is he? The vet?
I think no, it's down in Colorado Springs.
You remember in Florida that one lady operating as a dentist out of her garage?
Oh, bullshit.
Hey, do you want me to put it up here? Your picture of your garage? It looks like a kitchen.
I know. Can you fucking believe that?
I'll put it up there.
Why didn't you put a little
I want to
fountain
show
in
Courtney. Hold on, I'm going to show one here. I want to show one.
You should have put one of those fancy sinks in.
Courtney, look at this.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Did you know it was going to
Looks
look
like a
that?
kitchen.
It does look
Did you epoxy the floor, or was it already done?
I had it done.
So
Who did
actually,
it?
the countertop
K&H?
looks good with your floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
K&H did it?
Hold on, no. That's... Let's talk about K&H Home Solutions. They call themselves Home Solutions because they do and roofing, gutters, siding, windows, and doors. And right now they have a great thing going on for you. A sale. This sale is off their normal low prices. They really do routinely beat the market. And now you get an extra 30% off windows, siding, and doors. Then you get an extra 10% off entry doors if you mention Martino or any form of my name. Tom, Martino, pain in the ass, troubleshooter, advocate, whatever. Okay, give them a call if you need details. 303-421-7100. 421-7100. They have financing available as well. This is some really good savings going on here. And here's the deal. If you go online, you can make your own no-obligation appointment. khwindows.com. khwindows.com. Isn't that
Courtney, can I show you make sure I got your logo and stuff?
Is this Courtney, did it turn out better than you ever thought?
Yeah, it looks great. There's the garage. I just put it right there. It looks really good. So you got that. But is this right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bob, isn't that cool looking?
That is really cool. Yeah.
Damn garage.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen that a few weeks ago. I just went and bought some of those rolling cabinets from Sam's. I should have done that. Yeah, I should have done that.
But they were on sale, right?
I think offering the installation piece is going to be big for me, and then I actually am going to get with Blue Tarp and try to offer financing as well.
With who?
Blue Tarp is the guy that ProSource uses. Is Pro Trade Credit.
Are they good?
They're pretty
good. They don't
good.
rake people over the coals. Who do you use?
Either Service Finance or Wells Fargo.
I told Mark, really, we should get into consumer financing for the entire referral list. We should. There's got to be a way to do it.
Wells Fargo Financial.
Yeah, but I mean, really do it. Like where we.
Well, we package. We just use them as a backup.
But we could package the good deals. You take it all out, and never have a problem with people saying you can't afford it.
Yeah, Tom likes to play my competitors when I'm here.
What do you play?
No.
They think we have something to do with placement.
Yeah, we don't.
Let me tell you, we have literally nothing to do with placement.
What we can do just the opposite. We can keep things from happening, usually.
What's this powerful? Come on.
There's a whole department on the, well, I don't even know what floor now that the building's getting redone, but it's called traffic. And honestly, it's difficult.
They have a big job on their hands.
That's the best. Crazy. That's the best stuff you can put in yourself. Is traffic. If you get pre-finished at a factory, it's better, but traffic's the best one you
What are
can
you
get.
talking about?
We're talking
floor finishing.
What's traffic?
No,
but I want to know what you mean by traffic. What is that?
It's a floor finish for hardwood flooring.
Did you know that?
No.
What is? It's like the best polyurethane coating you can get. It's
really? It's a brand.
It's literally Traffic is a brand. Yeah.
I never even heard of
That's
that.
what I thought you were talking about. Sorry.
So you redo your wood floors and put this on them?
Yeah, and it works better.
Can you
than
do it
most
with a
other
screen, or you got to do a full sand?
I'm not sure on that, to be honest.
That
you
is
might
very
be able to
cool.
screen sand it and get
I
away.
just didn't know what you were saying.
Have you ever sanded a floor?
Never.
Oh, it makes them mad.
I've had them done.
Sounds like we did in our old house, but we had so little hardwood it didn't matter.
We
Now
did it
it's
before
like,
he moved in, so we didn't have to deal with it.
there's so much now. I'm just like,
Do you have a hardwood floor person on your referral list?
Yes.
Big Bear flooring for refinishing.
Yeah, that's what I need. It's
For refinishing Big Bear.
Real hardwood floor.
Actually, we got another guy
Brazilian
too, but
cherry.
Big Bear's pretty good.
And where the rugs have been,
he can do it.
Oh, it
just peel them
miscolored.
back and it miscolors. So
You know, I decided I hate carpeting. I love hardwood and engineered floors and tile.
I like
with those
carpet.
exotic woods.
I really don't.
Like in a bedroom, I would hate to get out of bed.
Actually,
with
in fact,
it
I
gets
hate
darker,
it, especially in my
and underneath the
bedroom.
carpet's
I hate
probably
the
lighter.
feeling
Right,
now.
right.
You put
Exactly
rugs
what
down
happens.
now?
No, yeah, I would, like an area rug.
God, I love carpet.
I do too.
I don't like wall to wall. No, I just don't.
No, I wouldn't.
I have it in my bedroom, and the carpet I have is this really expensive waffling. It's waffle carpet throughout the entire house, except for the master. I wish I had it in there. I don't like the feeling of a pile. Hi, Tom Martino here. Genesis
TotalExteriors.com for roofing, gutters, siding, windows, decks, fences, and more. And then also they do kitchens and baths and other things. They're great people. If you want a home improvement, he takes the whole job from beginning to end. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, let's go. Alexander and the veterinarian. Okay, so we have to, Alexander, your problem, now we can get the word out. I know you're not calling just to sue or to find out how to sue. I know that. You want to get the word out, which is well and good. But what if their misdiagnosis, or excuse me, it's not miss, or yeah, it was missed and misdiagnosis. What if it had nothing to do with the dog's death? I mean, you see, it's kind of unfair to say they're not good vets.
Okay,
What did the dog die from until we know? For example, if it was an obstruction that could have been dealt with and saved the dog's life, then I would say they're extraordinarily poor vets.
Okay, well, let me add a couple of things. First of all, we all know that arthritis doesn't strike overnight. It is a slow-moving disease, and here it was overnight. The vet didn't spend 1 second with me, not when I dropped off the dog. Not
Yeah,
when
I know, but that has nothing to do with the dog, though. I know it's not good. It's not good. It's not good bedside manner, Alexander. But it really has nothing to do with the dog.
All right, here's more.
Okay.
The next day after hospital visit, I wrote on Facebook to the owner of this hospital, who is a vet himself, that my dog will die in a few hours, and this is not a little stomach bug or arthritis.
You have to find out what it is, though.
And then I wrote to him that he did die 2 hours after.
Did you get a diagnosis? Did you try to get an autopsy?
No.
Okay.
But I hope that people who work in medical profession are humane, that in
No, I know.
months the owner would at least respond with "I'm sorry" or "My condolences."
I know. If you knew your dog, let's say it was something that couldn't be helped, at least you could spend time with your dog knowing that, you know, or have him put to sleep or something. I understand all this. I would love to know what the guy missed, if anything. If it was something it could have been something hidden or rare, or it could have been something, I don't know. What's the name of the clinic?
The Brown Veterinary Hospital.
The Brown Veterinarian Hospital.
In Colorado Springs. It's actually...
And I hear here's what I hear mostly in your complaint. That the guy didn't care much. He didn't take time. He wasn't compassionate. He wasn't attentive. If he had just met with you and said, so when did this start, and how about this, and how about that, and then looked at the dog while you were there, I don't know, Alexander, I can't disagree with you. I can't. That it wasn't the optimum way to be treated. But until we know, like, his skill level, we don't know what he missed either. Or if he missed anything, really, that he could have done anything about. But
I know for a fact that it wasn't little stomach bug.
No, well, okay. Okay, that's for sure. If it killed him, right? Yeah. It could have been something he ate that poisoned him. We don't know. It's terrible. It was a 10-year-old collie, and they're beautiful dogs, and he could have lived much longer. So what were you hoping to accomplish with your phone call? I want to try to at least get you to...
I wanted to warn other dog lovers that this hospital, the Brown Veterinary Hospital, is filled with vets who don't care.
No, is that fair to say it's filled with vets who don't care?
Well, the Nicole McQueen was the vet who misdiagnosed. Jeffrey Gross is the vet, Ivy League graduate from UPenn. The owner never replied in 2.5 months. And that's it. That's 2 vets.
No, I see. Now, make sure you put a review up accordingly. 303-713-TALK. Mark, I know you guys are dog lovers. You'd be upset, really upset. If he said you had a stomach bug, you take the home dog.
Yeah, but we just all we know is that side of it.
Right. Well, yeah. But here's the thing, and this is really important for across the board, humans, animals. Missing a diagnosis is only actionable if, first and foremost, any other doctor would have found it. So it was below the standard of care. And let's say almost any other doctor would have found it. The other time, of course, also with that, it has to have had an impact. Missing a diagnosis. We've had people call, Mark, the wife had a headache. They said, don't worry, it's a migraine. Turns out she has a brain tumor.
Or an aneurysm.
They find out that she had a brain tumor a week later. That week had nothing. I mean, they're upset with the doctor and want to sue because she has cancer. He didn't cause the cancer. He just didn't find it.
Well, they're upset because they're human, and their wife, in that case, of course, is facing...
Now, I put up pictures of my garage, and Mark's giving me crap about having granite.
You're going to open a Starbucks in there?
What line of cabinet is that?
That's the Signature Pearl. cabinet.
That was those cabinets.
How much?
$2,000. I swear to God.
For
and that's
everything?
Not just for me. Isn't that right, Courtney? They were $2,000. They wrote up an invoice, $2,000.
Wait, with the marble?
No.
Or the granite?
The granite's extra. So the whole job with installation, people can see it online. What would that cost? Like I don't remember the invoice. What are the invoices for installing? The installing wasn't expensive.
I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, our installation's very good. It's about
really
$50
cheap.
to $60 a cabinet.
We're talking cheap, Mark.
And the granite, we have the best deals in town on installation.
That was under $5,000. That whole thing, way under $5,000.
God, it's bigger than most kitchens.
Isn't it beautiful? So people say, "Oh my God, you're so decadent." No, I'm not. It's cheaper than most people do in their garages. Bob, you already bought some crazy rolling cabinets or something.
Yeah, I wish I would have known this just a couple weeks ago. I bought some rolling cabinets, cheap steel.
No, I'm telling you.
I'm shocked you put the Picasso in the garage.
Yeah.
Did you get better ones?
Tony, you had a similar incident. Was with the same vet? Tony? Huh. Tony.
I'm Charlie.
I'm sorry. Did you call about a similar incident with a dog, Charlie?
Yeah, but not with that same vet.
Tell me what happened.
Well, several years back, about 3 years back, our dog was acting just a little bit weird, a little bit off her feed, etc. Went to the vet, examined her, said couldn't find anything significantly wrong. Maybe she pulled a muscle or something like that. And then a day later, she was in shock and dying.
What was it?
It was, well, I'm coming to that. Emergency, it turned out there was blood in her belly. Went to and the diagnosis is a horrible blood cancer called hemangiosarcoma, which is killing dogs more than people realize, particularly golden retrievers, but all breeds have been affected. She had emergency surgery and pulled through, but
wow.
It had already spread. And so 2 months later, what happens is they get a cyst in the spleen or some other organ, and when the cyst ruptures, they bleed into their body. And most of the time, by the time that it is discovered, it's already spread.
Oh, man, that's it. So are you saying, though, that the misdiagnosis in your case could have done a lot of harm? In other words, could the dog have been saved?
She could have been saved for the time being, not in the fall. There is chemotherapy available, but at that time, it's expensive and it would only prolong the dog's life for a few months.
How would they ever find that cyst, though, to begin with? Would they have to do like an ultrasound to find it, or what? Tony?
Oh, I put him on hold. I'm sorry.
It's Charlie.
Charlie. So, Charlie, how would the doctor have found it?
But there's two ways. They could do an ultrasound, or they could just stick a needle into the belly of the dog and see if there's blood in there, and that would lead to the diagnosis.
Okay. So maybe, here's the thing. I have to take a break. Maybe it just wasn't indicated. Again, this is an example of how far do you go and what should they do.
Yeah, who brings your dog in and says, hey, do an ultrasound? Nobody.
But on this Alexander dog, he brought it in and he could have told them, they didn't take his report, that he was walking the day before and now he had to carry him in. And then they reckoned arthritis doesn't go that way.
All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys Monday.
What do you mean you're out of here?
We're out.
They're going on vacation.
Wow.
They're always.
I wouldn't call it vacation.
Why wouldn't you wait? Why wouldn't you call it a vacation?
I'm with him.
It's not long enough.
That's not vacation.
Vacation is
What do you want to sit here?
I can, sure.
It is not.
Listen.
I heard Mark has a super comfy chair.
Courtney, if Dan starts smelling your hair, it's normal.
Don't get freaked out by
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Better headphones.
Got it, guys.
In stereo?
Don't you like being taken care of? Hey, Tom, you get your oil change. Hey, Tom, get your air filter done. Hey, Tom, why don't you get this done or that done? Or, hey, Tom, you're stuck on the side of the road. Don't worry about it. I'll come and get you. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? That's what Pro Auto Care does. That's right. In between all of your repairs, you get 36,000 miles of free roadside assistance, and you get reminders of what you need when you need it. And of course, in an emergency, you can always call them. 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations, Littleton and Denver. 303proauto.com.
I'm going to tell you something personal.
Your new location, are you going to be open longer on Saturday or no?
Nope. No, I'm going to stick with it for now.
Metamucil is made from psyllium fiber.
This is closer for me.
Yeah, we might have to start doing that, but I think that I've had my customers trained pretty well, and the guys like it.
And ready to take on the world.
The other place is so far. I mean, the traffic during the week going up there from here.
Oh, it can be bad.
No, it can be every day.
It's pretty bad on the way down here.
I bet it was. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell.
You know, people ask, okay, Tom, you talk about simplyfloorsinc.com. But where are they? They are at 52nd and Ward, the southwest corner. But you don't have to go there. They will come to your home with all of the greatest samples and the latest samples, and of course their low prices. Simplyfloorsinc.com, southwest corner of 52nd and Ward. They will routinely beat all the big boxes, and of course they do installation. They are really the place you want to go. They simply make less profit to pass savings on to you. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
You don't have as many homes.
How much time?
Where you were at, you probably have homes.
It's better now where we're a little further away from the river.
Do you have headphones over there?
Yep.
Okay.
I can take care of that. You're on vacation.
I'm babysitting.
She's got 8 minutes. 8 minutes till she's on
What do you
vacation.
think?
So it's not a real vacation for you.
I just keep them out of trouble.
I liked your other store. I didn't mind the warehouse.
My new store actually is so much nicer.
But even now, I don't mind walking through and you don't have all that stuff now, right?
Now I have a big showroom that actually has kitchens installed.
But I mean, like your lower level in your old store had like
the bargain bin.
pillows.
Yeah, we're getting out of that.
Tablets. What?
My brother is still going to be operating at that old location, and he had a lot of that stuff was his.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
upstairs at his place is still fun. Like there's grocery too. So I go in there and buy all my paper towels, toothpaste, all that kind of stuff, trash bags.
So that he still lives. What's it called now?
It's called Colorado. Closeouts Colorado.
Okay.
Next time you need a
And it's supposed to be wholesale only, but he's pretty good about selling it, especially if you throw my name out there.
Okay.
Sell you for sure.
303-738-3667
Is he going to go on the referral list?
or online at
I doubt it because it's wholesale only.
You're right.
Did you want your water, Courtney?
I've got this one. Good, thanks.
I thought it was a great store.
No, it's exciting. The new one's going to be better for consumers as opposed to contractors. Contractors had no problem with the way my old one was set up. The consumer now can walk in and see installed kitchens and like we brought some cabinets out and we put farmhouse sink bases and everything that we can do so they can see all the different options. It's going to be better for retail, but those are the customers that are a big pain in the butt.
Where do you put your vise on your cabinets, on your countertop, Tom?
I don't put it on there, but I have it on my other one. You can drill through there and put it in.
Right,
You can drill through granite.
You wouldn't want to work on.
If you put wood underneath it. Now, you know what? I don't do a lot of pounding
Don't
and
you?
stuff. But I have a steel table in my hangar that I use for pounding. There's a...
Carolina at Bellevue Station is a
Where's your new location, you mean?
It's at 560 South LaPans. It's like Alameda 925, roughly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just south of Alameda.
That's nice.
Painted the building bright orange and blue.
Bronco. Well, that's your colors anyway. That was your colors before, right?
Just got my sign on it yesterday, so.
And this is your sign here, I imagine?
RSVP for lunch on June 28th or any other day that works for
Big.
you. At 720
I mean, it's hard to tell. That's the one corner of the building.
It looks huge.
720-440-8200.
As far as,
Let's talk about Cracker
yeah,
Jack
let me
Mud
see if I
Jacking.
can find you the
Mud jacking
building
is where you
itself.
take concrete and sand, they call it mud, and they pump it to lift concrete to repair it. Concrete can be repaired, and they can get into tight places. They can lift
Right,
bases
just
and
to
boards. They
confirm
can
that it
repair
is the
cracks.
running in a
Call
different color.
Cracker Jack Mud
Yeah,
Jack.
looks like Bronco orange.
Let me see. I thought I just took one the other day.
It's really Bronco orange. They don't have a...
Painted that on the match too. And the signs like there and there. They just went
Gotcha.
Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool.
My girlfriend works for the town of Frisco, and she's like, "You're going to be the guy that changes the code in Denver."
Hey, Tom Martino,
303-713-TALK. Courtney is with me from Buy and Build, now Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. And then we have Plumline Services, Bob Logan. And we do have a few emails that I can pull out that we've had that I keep. Also, if you have any questions, you can call us directly, 303-713-TALK. Ray, photo radar ticket, what's happening?
Well, just like it sounds, City and County of Denver sent me a letter, pictures,
Yep.
said I was in violation.
Yep.
Reading the report, even if you crossed the line, in this case, did not run the light.
I know that's what they say. If you're not behind that line, it's as good as running the light. I think that sucks because here's why. No one has ever gotten a ticket before photo radar on that. You know, I mean, and is there a law that says there's a white line? I don't know. I don't know what the law says. It says you have to come to a full stop or what? Does it say behind a line? I'd like them to justify it with the law. Dano, can you look that up?
It does say.
Oh, did you look it up?
Well, it's actually, they put it in the report.
And does it say, literally, you must stop behind the white line?
It does.
Oh, damn. How is it worded? Do you remember?
Here, hold on a second.
Yeah, I've never known that to be the case. Go ahead.
Vehicle was captured by the photo red light system disobeying a traffic signal, specifically failing to stop at a marked stop line after the signal had turned red.
And what does it say?
This is in violation of the Denver Revised Municipal Code 54-101 3A as an apple.
And what does it say?
Disobedience to a traffic signal. That's it.
No. I mean the law. You said they quoted the law that says it must be behind a white line.
Well, I'm just reading this on the...
Well, there is no law quoted. That's what I'm getting at. Where is the law that says it has to be before that white line?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know if there is one. I mean, let's look up that specific law. So they call it a DRS, right? A Denver Revised Statute?
Exactly.
Or is it a Colorado?
It says Denver Revised Municipal Code 54-101, and then in parentheses 3, and then A as an apple.
Okay, I'm going to look it up. We'll talk about this coming up. Mike has a comment. Mike, hang on. I'd like to take your comment after the break and more on the Troubleshooter Network. Remember, save all your problems for me.
Okay, I want to look this up.
So I took defensive driving school once when I was like 16 years old, and they said that the law reads that you have to come to a complete stop behind the crosswalk before the light turns yellow in order to be legal. And if you're halfway over the crosswalk when it turns yellow, a cop can give you a ticket for running the red light.
When it turns yellow. See, that's crazy. How do you know when it turns yellow?
You don't. And she said nobody gets tickets for that, but the way the law is written is you can actually get a ticket for running a yellow light. That was just the teacher in defensive driving school, though, so she's...
Revised code, here's Denver.
So it's 3A, he said.
I know, but it's, what is it, did he say again? It was,
54 is that what you got? I got it.
Okay, do you have it? Can you read it? Okay, it's 54 what? Dash?
101.
101, okay. And then 3A. Okay, go ahead and read it.
Vehicle or traffic facing a steady circular red signal alone shall stop at a clearly marked stop line, but if none, before entering the crosswalk, which you said, on the near side of the intersection, or if none, then before entering the intersection and shall remain standing until an indication.
Okay, it does have a damn thing about a line.
Is shown except that.
on clearance now.
That
Hurry in
sucks.
and save up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Find your nearest Burlington store at burlington.com. Burlington.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to stop and your bumper goes over the line, you're making an effort to be safe and stop, and then you get a ticket for it. That's kind of... I've also heard some rumors about these photo tickets, though, that it's not even a Colorado company, and you can't lose your license for not paying it. Because they're just fines only and they're not associated with points on your driver's license. Oh, really? They're a company out of a different state that takes those pictures and sends them to the police, and so they just revenue.
I've gotten out of 2 of them for my kids, so the cars are registered under my name. The photo took a picture of them, and they sent me the ticket, and so I sent it back saying, this is not me. They sent it back saying, this is your wife. I said, no, it's not, and they dismissed it. Because we're the 2
They didn't ask who it was? Who
no,
did you think it was?
they sent the ticket to me, and I said, it's not me. They sent it to my wife, because the car's registered under both of our names.
Right.
And then she sent it back saying, it's not me, and then they said it's dismissed.
They're just hoping everybody sends the money in, they don't have to deal with it, but I've heard that there's a lot of my friends that I've had 20 of them that never paid a single one, and when I get pulled over by an actual cop, they don't know about it.
Well, and there's a question, too, as to legally, I think you were supposed to be served. Now, I think they changed that because of the photo radar to where
They were served by mail.
They can be served by mail, yeah.
I've definitely received a few from my granite truck.
There's no doubt.
My granite truck, my old installer used to run red lights all the time. I get them regularly, just take it right out of his pay. Pay it and say, yeah, your check's $48 short today. We fired him too, though. We've got a great, Wallo's our installer now, and we have a company fabricating for us, so we don't have to deal with that part of it anymore.
Environmental groups say they'll challenge today's action by the Trump administration to roll back an Obama-era effort targeting coal-fired power plants and their pollution. The president today giving states more discretion to regulate emissions at those power plants. This is Fox News.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use.
When's your auction start?
So the auction should be up by the end of next week, and then the items will begin closing on the 10th. We'll do preview each night. Load out 11, 12, 13, and be done with that opening.
Good feeling?
Scary. I was just down there this morning. The reason I was late is got involved in digging through my personal crap that I had stored down in the basement and left this walk-in cooler down there. And I was just going to get my nephew started on it, and then I started getting into it and pulling stuff out, and then Tony comes running down. Hey man, aren't you supposed to be on the radio right now? Oh. That's right. Oh, that's so bad.
Me too, yeah.
There's so many things going on, it's just hard to keep them all straight. I had my little calendar, and I looked at it, thought about it this morning before I left my house, but...
At Walgreens, we are your diabetes go-to. Stop by and talk to your pharmacist today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. This forecast from the Denver Trial Lawyers Weather Center.
Yeah, this is the first week we're advertising my address. So putting this online too. I mean, we're gonna get busy now.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage.
You're past
this is Rocket Mortgage. We're getting through that traffic gauntlet. I mean, I didn't mind being nice out the I-25. It's easy to have stuff, easy to find, but I think
it's very easy to find.
I'm more in the construction area now, all the granite tile companies and all those things are over there. I'm going to compete against them in granite, but I still think customers want to stay in the same store if they can for the same price or less.
Yeah.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Excel will give you a full written estimate.
Well, now that we have these other guys fabricating, my guy goes and picks it up from the fab shop, takes it to the customer's house and installs it. He doesn't have to do anything unless it's an on-site drilling on the wall or something.
They have the best installers, man. They work around everything.
I'm really happy with my new cabinet guys. We did cabinet install back in the day for a little while, and they were decent. And then,
how do you find them?
Well, this is a friend of mine from college, and he used to work for me, and he wanted to get into it. He goes, can you get me some installs? I was like, you could actually head up my whole installation division if you want to. And we sat down and talked about it, and he has a great contractor that he's working with, and they're fast and good, and know exactly how to do everything.
So are the actual installers subcontractors, the employees?
They're actually, they're subs, I guess. Okay. It's called Renovision is the name of his company. He's going to kind of be my installer.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then he'll do some other side jobs as well.
So pretty much
Indeed, we believe
the majority of this company is predicated on installs for you.
Okay. But you're not
That's
hiring
cool.
a resume, you're hiring a person. That's
Tom
why
Frank's
you
on
need
six.
tools that help bridge the gap between candidate and a resume. Like skill tests, which
Yeah,
let
the
you actually
tiny
see if
home
candidates'
area,
abilities in action to make sure they're
Is Duran on the log today?
See beyond a resume with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free
It's tough, nobody wants.
.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so where do more Americans turn first in the morning to start their day? Go on, tell them, Robin.
Good morning, America.
George.
Good morning, America.
Lara.
Good morning, America.
So, take it from Robin.
What's so good in your morning?
With ABC's Good Morning America.
Carry out a large 2-topping Pizza Hut pizza for just $5.99 when you order online. Hurry, this deal ends Sunday. That's why no one else pizza's the Hut.
Hey, Nate, did you hear from Ian?
Yeah, no, it's just you and me. If you are looking for a deal, and I mean a deal, you're going to find an Art of Granite direct stone importer. You're also going to love the guy. Mitch Fleury is a great guy. We have good people on the referral list at referralist.com. You will love the way he does business. You want to know why? You can get prices on the phone. If you're doing a kitchen project, you don't have to run all over and shop around. Call. Think about that. You call up, give measurements, you can send him a photo. He'll give you prices, and those prices, they will not be
Are you shitting me?
$100 maybe. And of course, you go to
A taxi is cheaper.
the actual slab.
From my house to like Boulder, I can get there for like $31.
And the manufacturer always hosts you on the counter material.
If they take the long way, I-25 and 38, it takes us up to $60. So it's really about my house, like $3 a mile.
Quotes on the phone,
$3 a mile. Is it that much?
With the time, it's
when you have
kind
the
of
kitchen done at the same
taxis
time,
are more
people
expensive.
pair out
More
over
expensive,
everything
$3 a
free.
mile.
303-386-59.
Where are you going?
Think about it,
Open every day, but
I have to go up to the airport and pick up my helicopter because it's done. It has some service. So I have to go Erie. Believe it or not, there's a factory approved place up there at the little park called Erie Airport.
Is this that gauge you couldn't get to work?
Not just that, it's the entire annual I had done. But that gauge, did you know I sent it in finally to the factory and they didn't find anything wrong with it? So far, no one can find anything wrong with it. Or the wiring, or any part of it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. We are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. This hour brought to you by Approval Reverse Mortgage. Reverse mortgage is not for everyone. It's a useful tool 62 and older, and the older the better. When you have equity, you know, if you have a lot of equity but you'll have a loan, then you use the reverse to pay off that loan, and you can choose not to take any more money and just have your house paid for. And then it just accrues interest on it against the house value, but it'll never, ever, ever go upside down. You'll never be responsible for more than the house. Anyway, approvalreverse.com. We've been talking about a lot of stuff, including photo radar. And a guy said that he's pissed that it got him for not running the red light, but not being behind the line. And we actually looked up the law, and it does say a stop line, if provided, you must be behind it. And then it says, if not a stop line, then the crosswalk. And if not a stop line and a crosswalk, the intersection. And that gets ambiguous. But, hey, photo radar's here to stay. People ask, what do you do about photo radar? This is what I do. I'm not telling you what to do. Photo radar is not a guilty verdict. It is an accusation, just like every other ticket in the world. You can choose to pay it immediately. You can choose not to pay it. Now, in the old days, and I don't know how it's happening now, but I know for sure, they would only go after a certain few. Now I hear they're going after more and more. In other words, if you totally ignore it, I hear that they're starting to serve more and more people to go to court. And that you can't ignore. So what I'm doing is I am still ignoring them until I get personal service. First of all, I say them. I haven't had that many. I did get personal service on one from Denver, and I paid it. I didn't feel like going to court. I don't challenge the validity. I really don't. You get old doing that. They're here to stay. You have a comment on that. Go ahead, Mike. What's your comment?
Yeah, as you say, if there's a solid white line, the problem is 9 times out of 10 when you pull up to a damn intersection, there's no painted white line. There's barely, if ever, even a faint image of a crosswalk.
I think there's. I find white lines all the time. You don't?
No, I don't.
I have. I mean, okay. Guys, I see the white lines. Do you see the white lines?
I don't really pay that much attention when I'm driving.
No, that's good to know. Yeah, when I'm not reading. Hey, Mike, what do you do about your radar tickets?
Well, the 2 I had, one I paid, the other I did not.
What happened to that one?
Oh, they just dropped it because they couldn't serve me. But I live in Aurora, and I don't know, for whatever reason, they've gotten rid of some of their traffic stoplights. I don't know if they've just moved them or what.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I don't go in Denver and don't too much and have to worry about that.
Man, I'll tell you, it is a big deal, a big moneymaker. Jamie, what's going on?
Hi. So I had a heat company come out last summer and put in a system so that we had cooling and heating because historically our house had electric baseboard heat.
What's the name of the company?
And it was the Heat Depot was the company.
How'd you find them?
I went through Home Advisor and I read a bunch of reviews and I checked out a couple different companies.
God.
And they seemed like a good choice. And so
except
we had
they're not.
Well, yeah.
Because Home Advisor does little to nothing to screen people. Little to nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning.
Yeah. And also they won't help you right now, will they?
No.
Okay.
So I had them put a system into our house, and it was issue after issue. They fell through my ceiling. They fixed it.
How much did you spend with them altogether?
$13,000.
And you got a AC and a furnace?
It's actually no. So I had asked them about tapping into the gas line and putting in a furnace, and they recommended a heat pump, which I'd never heard of, but.
You did a heat pump instead? Oh, wait a minute. You didn't even do a furnace? Do you still have your furnace?
We've never had a furnace.
Where are you?
In Broomfield, Colorado.
You've never had a furnace in your home? What did you have before this heat pump?
Electric baseboard heat.
Oh, my God. That's why they decided. Yeah.
Yes, you can imagine the cost of heating. So we had a baby, and so I needed something that was going to maintain the heat, at least, so we didn't have cold spots. Well, come to find out that the AC worked fine for a while.
Heat pumps don't work when it goes below 40 degrees.
Yep, so January 1st came around. They had disconnected all of my...
They disconnected your baseboard? Why did they disconnect your baseboard?
Because they said it could be a standalone system, so they disconnected the baseboard.
Why wouldn't you have both anyway, just for safety?
Well,
anyway, so did the heat pump ever work for you?
It actually went out in January, and our pipes froze in our house, so we had to get those fixed. And then they told me the only way for them to take out the system and give me a full refund was to prove that it wasn't more efficient than the baseboards. And when I could prove that...
Oh, they suck. They suck.
They said that they went out of business 2 weeks earlier, and now they're operating...
So listen, you're fading in and out, so I want to get right to the point. You have a system that does not work right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right now, it does not. Does the air conditioner work? God, your phone. We got to... Nate, got to establish another connection with her somehow. It's just not working.
Tom, have her call our office, and we'll send somebody up there at no charge to take a look at it, see if there's anything we can do to help her out.
Jamie, you hear that? They're gonna now listen. This is what I want to tell you. You called the Troubleshooter. You called referralist.com. You can tell her this, Nate. Free of charge, you're going to get a call. They're going to go look at it to see what's up. Now, this is where the referralist is helping someone who used Home Advisor, because Home Advisor sucks, in my opinion.
We actually took our name off Home Advisor because they're horrible.
What I don't like is you can't turn them on and off if you're a business guy. Well, you can, but it's hard. I just don't. And they send it out to too many people. I want consumers to make their own choice and just go and browse and pick somebody they want. But I don't want to get into it right now, especially because I'm suing them. So it's not good. It's not good form because they use my name and everything in their ads and on their internet. So it sucked, and I'm suing them for it. So let's talk to Whitney. Whitney, what's going on?
I came down in 05 with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I'm wondering if I should pursue, call the class as a lawsuit law firms.
Wait a minute. You don't automatically have a class action because you have lymphoma. How are you alleging?
No, this is with Roundup.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Go ahead.
Because I still have the container of Roundup in my garage from 02.
And you use what? Was there something about that year?
I don't know. I'm just saying the.
How long? Okay. Did anyone make the direct correlation?
There's been just from reading on the web that a jury came out with an $80 million lawsuit awarded.
It said that the active ingredient in Roundup is causing cancer.
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Specifically.
Yes.
And thousands of people were exposed.
Yes.
And you can get an eligibility fund. You got to find out if you're eligible online. I'm not sure of the firm who handled it, but we can get a hold of someone to tell us about it. Have you gone through that process to see if you're eligible?
No, I'm just calling in to get information.
And I heard of a $2 billion. How much did you think it was?
Well, I just read online there was $80 million. So
it's $2 billion.
It's still going on. I mean.
Well, it says that Bayer has asked California to overrule a $2 billion verdict. Anyway. Here's the deal. I mean, you have to go through the process with the law firm. See, here's what happens with a class action. One or more law firms get involved. They define the class. Then they go out and they get they go out and do the lawsuit after they get the victims. And when they get an award, they distribute to the victims. Okay? And the main reason these law firms do a class action is not to punish the bad guy. It's to get legal fees, because no matter what, they're going to get legal fees, and then the consumers end up getting small settlements. However, it depends on how many. So just contact the law firm, and you put your name in, and you have to answer a series of questions.
Okay.
So once you answer that, they will tell you whether you are qualified. And I don't know, Whitney. See, I'm not sure how they make the link. For example, let's say you have the disease. How do they know if you used Roundup? You know, I don't know. What's to prevent anyone with this lymphoma, what's to prevent anyone from making a claim? I still don't know that. There must be a process when you go through it. But I know in all class action lawsuits, you have to qualify. And I think that's where it's going to come down to, did you use it? When did you use it? Do you have any proof you used it? And all of that.
Okay.
So I would like...
There's no downside on contacting them?
None. Okay. But you have to make sure your contact... See, there are aggregators who will charge you and say, well, you know, we take a certain amount and all of that. You have to be sure you're on the legit site, okay? And if you need help finding that, call us if you see some conflicts. And you have to give a lot of personal information, so make sure you're getting the right people, because there are a lot of scams out there that will fish your information, then contact you and say, well, congratulations, you're part of the class, but you have to pay to collect. Beware of that.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
There's quite a few slow spots in the Highway Drive coming out of the Tech Center, northbound I-25.
That's going to be hard.
Are you going to take Frank coming back?
downtown from Alameda traveling up towards Colfax. Southbound, bit slow there from I-70 traveling down towards Fairfield. Your crash to your 20th has been
$2 billion.
All lanes have reopened. Westbound I-70
So how much would that be for, let's say, I don't know.
I think it's 2 people on that one.
No. But they have to divide. If it's a class, they have to go with the class.
Oh, I thought the original lawsuit and stuff was 2
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any of the details. But in a class, they divide it, obviously. And now here's what I don't understand. How did they divide it until they know how many are in the class? And
that's the biggest spray in farming. Roundup. Biggest spray. Because they got Roundup proof, it kills everything. They got Roundup proof soybeans, Roundup proof corn.
How many of us wake up with aches and pains and say, there's nothing we can do about it? In a lot of cases, that's true. However, there are painful joints that can be fixed with stem cell therapy. But most of the time, stem cell therapy is not indicated. Then why would I do a commercial for Centeno Schultz, who does living stem cell therapy, who actually invented the actual therapy years ago in a clinical setting for humans? Why would I do a commercial saying most of the time stem cell therapy is not needed? Because Centeno Schultz, they're the only ones that will tell you that, because that's not the only thing they do. They do more than stem cell therapy. That's why you go there. And if truly they think they can make a difference, they will tell you you're a candidate. If not, there are less invasive, less expensive procedures. Yes, living stem cell therapy from Centeno Schultz, thestemcellexperts.com. 303-963-9201. I want that one.
CBD oil will not get you high, and it's federally legal. In fact, it's totally plant-based and can make you
So what's the purpose of buying it?
in a long time. Botanicals is a forerunner in the
Good boy.
and it's helped thousands of satisfied customers
Bob,
and elevate their mental
you must be from Colorado.
You know, here's the thing.
If you're looking for a home loan, you would be foolish not to contact Ideal Home Loans. Shop around if you want. In fact, even if you have a loan in process, do you know you are not obligated to that lender until you close? And Ideal Home Loans will take a free look at the loan package you have, guaranteed to save you money, or at least to confirm you have a great deal. Either way, you win on the largest financial transaction you ever will make. Think about it. IdealHomeLoans.com. A free second look at your loan package to see if they can save you money. They guarantee to either save you money or confirm you have a great deal. Peace of mind, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
You're saying, Bob.
I've always been against the legalization. You know, I think if you have a medical condition or chronic pain or cancer or something like that, by all means, smoke away if that is what takes it away. I'm fine with that. But from a recreational standpoint,
yeah, I know, me too.
But I'm changing my tune on it, because on the IQ scale, I'm somewhere in the middle. But the more people that smoke, the higher up that scale I go. So
I'll tell you this.
My value increases each and every year.
I thought you were going to say, but the other night I got some good stuff.
I think pot smokers are dull-witted, and I can tell a pot smoker. I can tell. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm talking about heavy users. You can tell. Not an occasional user, but heavy pot smokers. I swear to God, you can tell.
There's no doubt.
It's like
they say it doesn't affect them. They're full of it.
But then, I think they also are probably, they didn't start with a lot.
Exactly.
The surfer guy.
They were below, right. They were below you on that scale. From
now, I know damn well you don't go on those jazz cruises and they don't have pot on those freaking boats. There's probably a
There's so many people getting in trouble last year.
Well, aren't they allowed? Especially in international waters.
International waters, they cannot charge you. where people are getting locked in Jam Cruise jail and being forced to stay in their rooms. And
Why?
they were kicked off the boat at the next port because it was against Norwegian Cruise Line's policy.
Oh,
really?
There you go. So they're violating a
So
contract.
Jam Cruise switched.
So you just got off the boat, or you just?
Cruise Lines this year back to MSC because that's bad.
I mean, you don't go on a jazz cruise and not allow pot. That's crazy.
It's bad for business, so they switched cruise lines back to them. We didn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, but the thing about getting it there, though. I mean,
Well, you have to go through customs
Right.
and
how do they do that?
and all that to get on the boat. So you have to be very, very careful if you're going to
Absolutely, it's not worth it.
So you just buy it from a doctor in Honduras and
I do
at one of the ports.
I do sneak my vodka on the boat though because it's cheaper, and if you don't put it in a glass bottle, if you put it in like a water bottle, no problem.
There you go. Oh. Trenner Law, Trenner. Trenner Law is on our referral list for patents, trademarks, copyrights, and patent searches, and anything to do with that. Don't get ripped off. These 1-800 invention submission companies will rip your face off and lie to you and collect money up front. And just talk to Trenner Law. Mark Trenner, 720-221-3708. 720-221-3708, or just look for Trenner on my referral list at referrallist.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Somebody wanted to know, Frank, how is it when you hear people say, I felt like I was his only customer? People say, how does he have time to negotiate every deal? Because you say that you guys close typically in 1 month what some real estate agents do in an entire career. Now, how is that, or in a year, how is that possible that you can negotiate each deal? And I'm serious. How is that possible?
Tom, that's a great question. We have tremendous balance with our team. I have nothing but veterans on my team, no rookies. So we have this down to a science in terms of time management. But I have to tell you, yesterday I negotiated 7 contracts myself, saved each client thousands of dollars per deal. I'm not kidding you. And that's the advantage with us, is because I negotiate every single listing myself. We don't just hand it off to anybody else.
That's totally crazy. I mean, you did 7 deals. And so and I should mention, you have people on the team doing other things to keep you focused on what's important.
Sure, it's like a quarterback in the NFL. If the quarterback tries to be the wide receiver or the center or the defensive back, he's not going to be as effective. What my team allows me to do is do what I do best, and focus on negotiations.
I get it, Frank. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Oh, Frank, I want to ask you something. Is this Saturday event open to everyone?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's basically for our clients.
Of
However,
course it is.
Tom,
That's what I wanted to get clear, but potential clients too.
Oh, sure, and I'll tell you what, we have some tickets left over. If if you'd like to give some out, we're happy to give some tickets up.
Okay, and it's going to be Toy Story 2 or 3?
Toy Story 4, believe it or not.
4. I lost track of Toy Story. I love those series. And also, it's a movie, and it's free, and it's part of this deal. I'm going to give away a few tickets to people who call in and tell me why they want to go, and if they're potential clients, meaning you think you might be selling a place or buying a place in the near future. There's no obligation, but certainly, it would be respect for Frank, because he's opening up this whole thing. He's paying for the whole thing. 303-920-1622. It's this Saturday at 10 in the morning. What time do people show up, Frank?
I would recommend they get there about 10:15, 10:20 a.m. because we're going to be giving out free tickets, free vouchers, and we're going to be giving out prizes.
When does the movie start?
The movie officially will start at 11:30 a.m., but I'd strongly recommend they get there around 10:15, 10:20 a.m.
Okay, Frank. 303-920-1622, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And Duke has a comment on a heat pump. Now, Bob Logan, Plumline Services. Let's talk about heat pumps. And we're going to go to Duke's comment. Why would they tell her? Because she didn't have a furnace already set up. She had electric baseboard. So was it logical to suggest a heat pump to her? What would you have done?
It's really hard to say without looking at her house. I'm not sure. Maybe we might have done mini splits, a ductless system.
Is that like a heat pump, though?
Well, you can do heating and cooling, but you don't need the duct work. And so, it's really hard for me to comment on this. I mean, you made the comment that heat pumps only work down to about 40 degrees, and some of the newer ones are actually outstanding. I think they go as far as -5 degrees.
Oh, really?
Right.
So you can put in a heat pump nowadays, but would it keep up with
I've got a heat pump at my house.
As your primary source?
At my primary, not as, so I use, because gas is so cheap in Colorado, I primarily use the gas-forced furnace, but you can use it as a heat source.
You can.
So, yes.
In other words, if you have a home, this could be your primary heat source.
It could, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen homes with just heat pumps?
Well, again, because gas prices are so cheap in Colorado, we typically do the gas-forced furnace and and the air conditioner. So
okay,
I'd be interested to find out what Duke says. He might.
Okay, so now what kind of mini splits do you? A mini split, for those listening, it's where the mechanical part is remotely located, and then you have a vent for the intake. And distribution into the home in an exterior wall, right?
Right. So typically you'll see these like on the upper part of a wall.
Yeah.
And they're called cassettes. You can put them in ceilings, so they almost look like a vent.
And then the condenser part.
The condenser part is outside,
yeah.
And then and the good thing about the new ones too is you can run several heads with one.
So you can have a big unit remotely located with like 4 or 5 heads.
Right.
So where you don't have ducting, you go on the exterior of the home or in the basement?
Yep, you run them up, so it's...
How far away can you run a mini split? Because you're actually running what, gas through it? Or not natural gas, but what kind of Freon or whatever? Refrigerant? Or not?
Now you're getting into...
No, actually, I don't know how they work. I don't know how they work.
It's a closed-loop system, so again,
But there are small lines that get remote. And do you run those on the exterior of a house in conduit, or can you bury them, or can you put them in the basement? How do you normally do it?
Yeah, typically, so just like a line set for your condenser outside for an air conditioner, you run it up through, and you can hide it in the ceilings or the walls. And
now, I had a home that did not have ducting in a certain area that I needed, and I ended up selling it, but I had you come out. You guys were going to put them on the roof, and there was an area of the roof hidden that they had air conditioning on. You were going to put some of the units there and run down a chase into the room, which was really cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I went out there with my
They're very creative, but they're called mini splits because they split off from the main unit, and you don't need ducting.
Right. Real super popular out in Europe. I mean, a lot of the hotels will use them.
And they're really good for retrofitting. Okay, let's talk to Duke. Duke, what is your comment on that heat pump?
You guys pretty much covered most of it. I was going to say I installed a heat pump, and the reason I chose to was for rebate purposes, and I ran it for a season just to find out, what it was doing and the cost of it and stuff, and I never really quantified the cost right now, I thought, but I don't think I'd install it for a primary source ever, and I have 2 brothers who worked in the industry, and one of my brothers installed it in addition to baseboard heaters in one of his rentals, and I don't, just because it's cheaper, but
yeah,
I can say that the heat off from the heat pump is a lot more comfortable than from a furnace.
Wow. And Bob says I was wrong on that 40 degrees. He says the newer technology can really serve as a heat source. But they're going to go check this other woman's place to see if she was ripped off or not, or if it can be salvaged. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
Speaking of, so Clint calls us out there because I don't know if he bought a used condenser from somebody. They installed it, but they didn't hook it up. And
oh, really?
Yeah. Clint, I haven't seen Clint in a while. Is he still working with you guys?
Nope. He's been sick, but I guess he's talking with them about coming back.
Oh, okay. This is at his dad's house, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought dad's house was living in Phoenix. But he's got a cabin that he does a B&B up on.
I thought this was in town someplace, but we sent one of our design consultants out, and he said, yeah, it's Clint's dad, and someone charged him. His dad said $13,000 to put this system in, and he said I don't know where he found this, from a salvage yard, or he said the condensers are used. He says it looks like it's got 5-6 years of weather on it, and they didn't even hook it up. They just set the condenser. They never hooked everything up.
What was a heat pump condenser?
It was an air
Hey guys,
conditioner.
good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication at
he
easy
might
and
be coming
affordable
back.
prices. And now get your first month supply for just $5
Yeah,
at
what was going on? You said
Chris. Vince connects you with real doctors online who can prescribe the medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. So easy. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to 4hims.com/Chris. That's 4hims.com/Chris.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Delays
And it made him sick?
No,
Oh, it made him better.
For the
Okay.
Wednesday lunch hour, coming out the Tech Center, northbound I-25, a bit stop and go there. Slowly from Bellevue, traveling up to Yale, then it improves north there until you get downtown. Then it slows down again once again at Alameda. Lets up when you get north of Colfax. Southbound slow, south of the Mousetrap, traveling down towards Spear as well. Both directions of I-270 really heavy on the approach to Vasquez. Westbound I-70 remains slow in the elevated portion. The weather forecast going to be sunny today, nice with a high near 83. Right now, partly cloudy skies in Denver and 74. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
Are you outgrowing your starter home, or you've got a kid on the way?
Let's talk about when is the auction coming out?
Auction's going to be on the 10th of July. It should be online by Friday and next week.
Real estate prices
Oh,
have
when?
been doing across
Friday
the
and next
front
week.
range. No matter how long you've owned
We just
your
can't really do it
current
on the 4th of July
it's
week.
likely you've got a bunch of equity in it. Maybe it's time to take that equity out and put it toward a down payment on your forever home. Rates are the lowest they've been in over a year, so your dream home may not be within
There's going to
reach.
be so many.
I recommend American Financing because you'll get a
It's going to be the most
loan
depressing one ever
from
because it's like
salary-based
literally like
mortgage consultants.
$60,000
They've
in
been around for
cabinets. It's
20
probably
years,
going to go for 10.
born in Colorado,
Why won't
and
you move them?
continuously growing
Because
with
it's pallets
our
of
real estate
discontinued
market.
colors
So
of
they know what
cabinets
it
that are
takes to
weird
get you
sizes
into a
that
home
you can't make
complex.
full kitchens
There are
out of.
never any upfront fees, and it takes
It's going to be
only
a hard
10 minutes
sell.
to start.
We're going to
So
put
give
one
them a
built
call,
cabinet on top of each one of the color that it represents and say one pallet miscellaneous cabinets and ginger maple.
695-7000 or apply online.
And then what about, are you
Net.
still going to do light fixtures now? God, I love those.
I'm going to do probably under-counter lighting, LED under-counter lighting.
Are you going to do any
The number I'm
plumbing
giving you
fixtures?
is not to
Yes.
sell you on the wrong house.
Doing
It's not a
faucets.
crisis
Oh,
line.
just faucets.
It's
Definitely
not a
faucets.
therapy
Sinks.
line. It is
Bathtubs.
information.
No, I'm not going to do
line.
tubs.
You can ask
I might start
any
selling shower
question you
glass.
have about addiction. What signs?
Because there's a lot of money in that,
What is
and then
recovery?
like
How much does it
accessories,
cost?
towel bars,
Does
and
insurance
books
pay
and
for
things
it?
like that.
So mainly kitchen,
Are there
cabinets,
medications
vanities, and
What do I do
countertops.
about
Yep.
approaching the addict in my life?
Yep, I'm
Anything
done with
you
flooring
wanna ask
altogether.
all the
I'm
people
using
we deal
ProSource
with
for that, and they're a block and a half
the
away
main
from
deal
me.
is they don't know where to go.
I'm
what to
they're
do. You know, when
supplying
somebody's
my
diagnosed with
showroom
cancer,
floor
oh my
and
God, what do I
backsplash
do?
for all
The
the
same thing
kitchens.
when you find out someone's
And
an
I'm
addict.
just
Oh
gonna
my
send
God,
my
what do I do?
customers over
Call
there
this
and they'll
number and
sell
ask
them and I
any
get
question you
that.
want. 720-730-9722.
But I have to stock it or
That's
sell it.
720-730-9722. No obligation,
How'd you
no
pick this
cost,
location?
confidential. The Raleigh
It was
House
just
is
my
a
real estate
wonderful
guy was going around
treatment
looking at places.
It was hard because of marijuana, isn't it?
It's tough. There's one right next to me, so my parking lot reeks.
Is your garage door making
I get
weird
certain
noises?
days if the wind's blowing the right way, it smells like skunk.
So the new one or old one?
The new one.
You sent them there,
Old
you
one too,
10% too?
actually. Yeah, really? I don't know. I have to go talk. I have to go meet my neighbors and see what other people are in the industry so I can share.
There's a
with my
grow
customers.
there?
There has to be. I mean, it's pretty strong seven days. I think it's right next door.
Warehouse pricing went way up.
I can't believe somebody wouldn't just move out of the city and build something.
You wouldn't believe it. I mean, I own some warehouses and the prices skyrocketed. Mark did too. I mean, he owned it.
We refused to rent to him at our old location just because the feds at any time you come in and shut down the whole business, including ours.
Right.
This month, save 30% on windows, siding, and doors at K&H.
Because of the amount of humidity that the commercial air conditioning contractors, because of the amount of humidity that it produces, they'll list their air conditioners in like 3 years. Like every 3 years they gotta replace all the rooftops.
Better yet, book your own, no obligation.
You can help fly to straight and level, just like a plane.
And get
Roger that, brother.
savings. Financing available. KHWindows.com. KHWindows.com.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
That's the next thing I need is like some buy and build singers.
The buy and build singers.
Good group.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. We have open lines. That means lines are open and you can get right through. You got a problem, a question, a complaint, someone lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off, or you just want to give an on-air review. And then, of course, I can dip into the mailbag. I love doing that. I do so much stuff there. So many people have questions. Okay. So, first of all, Bob Logan, redo your special. Tell me what it is.
Okay. So
10 people, if it hasn't been closed already, that we said 10 people. We don't know how many already took it.
I don't know how many people have called, but again, it's if you buy an air conditioner, we will give you the matching furnace for free, which is the best deal. That's usually like a February or March deal when we're super slow. So you get that deal plus 90 days deferred payment. So you buy now, you pay later, no interest, no payments for 90 days. And then if you want to convert to financing, it's only 6.99%, which is a super percentage rate.
Okay. And that's for the next 10 people. And the number? You want me to give my number that I use?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that one. And then, just hold on, because the next 10 people, if you haven't done it already, 303-713-TALK. I might have nixed that page. I'll get to it here. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is buy and build. They have a roller auction, it's called. Now, these auctions are normally incredible anyway. I mean, we've seen flooring go for 10 cents a foot, plumbing fixtures for $3, sinks for $10. I mean, really good stuff. Normally. Now, this is going to be extra painful for Courtney because he is auctioning off everything left over at 4800 Washington Street because they're now on South Lipan, the new location. So the roller auction will be the old stuff that's not old. I mean the stuff left over at 4800 Washington Street. First of all, what will it entail? What will be in the auction?
We're going to basically sell everything that we do not have as running lines. So everything we are offering as closeouts before, our whole entire outlet center, everything that we are not able to reorder for customers. So there's discontinued cabinet colors, there's faucets, sinks.
Now this is coming up when?
It's coming up. The items will begin ending on July 10th, but by the end of next week, Friday of next week, which I believe is the 28th, it is going to be up online. You'll be able to place bids.
Yeah.
There's going to be thousands and thousands of different items,
and you said,
pallets of cabinets.
You said cabinets might go for hundreds of dollars for complete kitchens.
Yeah, well, so it's not going to be complete kitchens. They're going to be miscellaneous pallets of cabinets, and if you buy 3 or 4 pallets, you might be able to piece something together.
How much do you think like an average cabinet would go for in this auction?
I really feel some of these pallets of cabinets are going to have like 15 to 20 cabinets on a pallet, and they might go for $100 for the whole pallet.
Oh, come on. 10? Wait.
I'm hoping that they go for more than that, of course.
But you could get a pallet of cabinets for $20, $30 maybe.
It's very possible.
Holy crap. Now,
if you need storage cabinets for your garage or something, you definitely need to see this auction.
Rollerauction.com is the site. Then you look for buy and build and start looking for them next Friday, a week from this Friday coming up, okay? So it's going to be up Friday the 28th, and that's rollerauction.com. And then when you get there, look for buy and build. Their auction is usually on the front page.
And we're going to be selling all of our fixtures and equipment as well. So we're going to have pallet jacks, rolling staircases, pallet racking, shelving, everything, desks, trash cans, everything that's left in that building is going for sale that day.
Okay. Now, while I'm on the topic, I want to give out the new address, too. The new address is?
560 South Lipan Street, just south of Alameda and just west of I-25.
So if you're at I-25 in Alameda, you go west to Lipan.
Lipan is like the very second light.
Then south 2 blocks. It's a big orange and blue building. I mean, it looks like a Broncos headquarters.
It does.
No, it really does.
It's very, very bright.
Now, Plumline, I said, has that special. And, of course, that number for plumlineservices.com, they have financing available and a free furnace with the AC. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086. Okay. Jam, what's happening?
Yes.
What's going on? Yes,
well,
go.
Actually, my name's
Jan.
Jan, okay. Hey, Nate, this is the second name you got wrong, bro. I think your ears need a little cleaning, but go ahead. Anyway, go ahead. I'm listening. Jan?
I was just going to tell you that the white line that's drawn that you drive up to and stop is there for trucks. If you stop at that white line, trucks can make that corner.
Oh, is that why it's done? I think it's done for general safety overall, but have you ever gotten Have you ever gotten one?
What?
A radar ticket?
No.
No? Okay,
no,
well,
I have not.
I wonder, where was the very first radar ticket ever? I'd like to know that. What state was that? 303-713-TALK. Where do you think it was? I'd venture to say we might have been among the first states. Or maybe New York. Look it up, Dano. Okay, here's an email. I bought my friend a house. We had a falling out. Now he won't pay. That is not enough information. Okay, first, if you bought him a house and it's his, she says the house is in his name, not hers. So, if that's the case, you shouldn't worry about him paying. And what is he paying if you bought it? That's what I don't understand. You didn't buy it. Did you take out the loan? The worst case scenario for anyone ever, is if you are on a loan but not on title. Because then, and that goes for a car too. People co-sign for their kids. They're on the loan but not on the title. They can't get the car, but they have to make the loan payments or their credit's ruined. And that sucks. So I recommend you never co-sign. But if you do co-sign, you have to have control over the collateral with an agreement that you can take the collateral if payment's not made, so you can at least salvage your own credit if you want to. And let's go to another one. Here. This is about warranty. We answered that yesterday. Do I have to reimburse the buyer if he later accuses me of placing damaged spare tire, even if we both inspected the car at the time of purchase? Of course not. Now, they have something called as is. It really means as is. But some people have tried to catch people on private sales with the as is, saying this, as represented. So you showed it to me with a good spare, but when I came the next day, that spare had been changed for an old one without me knowing it. Now, that is wrong, okay? Because as is means as is represented at the time you buy it. So if I buy something as is and leave it at the dealer or at someone's house, and then they change the engine out or change the seats or change the tires, it's no longer as is or as was represented. But you'd have to prove that, or they would have to prove you put a damaged spare in there, and there's really no way to do that. So I suggest when you do buy things as is and you're satisfied with it, take delivery immediately. Don't wait, because they might do something like changing things out.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Let's start.
Country eastbound I-70 between Vale and Copper. A bit of delay there due to
Doesn't give a date, but early
highway.
1990s.
That's about the only slow spot
Like
in
in the
Mountain
US.
Drive along the I-70 corridor. So good news.
Right before that, another country.
Early 90s, huh?
Hey, Dan, can you come in here for a minute?
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
man.
downtown once again, northbound, stop and go from Alameda, traveling up towards Colfax, southbound slow from I-70, traveling down towards Spear.
The Heat Depot. I've heard of them before.
They were based out of Colorado Springs, and they started doing some business up here, and I thought they were a pretty legitimate company. I mean, from my understanding, they did some pretty good installs and stuff.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken
The
Loans
guys that do
is
the
with you
Costco's,
every
the
step of
Home
way to
Depots,
provide
they're
a
just somebody
seamless
these guys
mortgage
pick and partner with,
experience.
right?
Visit rocketmortgage.com.
Yeah, so we could do those.
Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing.
AvenueDentalStudio.com. You know, it sounds fancy schmancy, but it's just a great place with friendly people. And it is pretty fancy as far as the way it looks. That's because Dr. Kelly, the one who runs it, she has great style, and she loves giving everything a flair. In fact, she has an Instagram you got to check out called Dr. Kelly Fit Mom of 4. She is getting world famous on the internet for her Abs After Baby program, a 10-week program for moms. Check it out at Dr. Kelly Fit Mom of 4. Now, she's a dentist as well, and her husband is too. They have a place in Monument and one in the DTC right next to us for $59. They'll do an exam, x-rays, cleaning, yes, and an exam and x-rays for $59. AvenueDentalStudio.com. Find out more.
Challenges are a thing of the past. Once you enter
Looks like New York State was the first one in 1992.
Probably those bastards.
Lone Zone, Colorado at Larry H. Miller Volkswagen Lakewood has the power to get you into a new or used vehicle even if you're experiencing bad
I wonder if I can go on the Dr. Kelly Fit Mom 10-week program, because what I'm doing right now is not working.
Intermittent fasting, Bob. I guarantee you, you'll lose weight.
Driven by you. Do you have ringing
Skip
in the
breakfast
ears?
and lunch.
Maybe a hearing loss? One or both? Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center
I used to
help
do
you.
that,
They
and
helped
you're right,
me.
I was in better
As a
shape.
result of a mastoiditis infection, I was left with tinnitus and some hearing loss. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa were wonderful. They have comprehensive
Mark
hearing
lost like 30
evaluations, and they have
pounds.
devices that
Mark,
can
when he
help
did the
your
intermittent
brain
fasting.
ignore tinnitus. You know, there is
He
no
was 30
cure.
pounds heavier?
There is effective
At
treatment.
least.
Well, he did some of that,
Effectively
like long
protects
fasting.
the
He did, but he kind of quit that.
I didn't notice. You don't have to do long fasting. I mean, it's good for you, but you don't have to do it.
Whatever it is.
I mean, I guess I intermittent. I mean, I'm just not strict about it. Like if somebody came in with pizza, you know, I'd eat I scrape
just
it.
like you.
I eat no carbs. I'm strict about that. I never eat carbs ever.
But I don't eat breakfast.
Really?
That's
good.
Well, that Terry,
I take pizza. I scrape the top off. I'm really strict about that.
Comedian guy that's
Yeah.
I don't know. He gets a lot of cameos. He's the one that made that intermittent fasting super popular.
Oh, really?
Well,
you know what I'm talking about? That guy, that huge dude that makes his chest dance. He was on like that Adam Sandler movie Mixed or whatever.
Oh, I thought it was Carrot Top. He
probably does that.
He
That
got
guy's
ripped.
ripped as well.
Carrot Top? Really?
Oh, you're talking about Joe Piscopo? No.
No, I'm talking about Terry Crews or Terry.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's a beast.
He's a beast. He's pretty funny.
Is he a bodybuilder?
I think he was a football player, and I think he's hosting.
Comedian who? Comedian, I want to look him up.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. I think he's hosting America's Got Talent right now.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's
not a comedian.
He does intermittent fasting regular. Well, he's on comedic movies a lot.
He's an actor. It does say comedian here.
Comedian, actor,
Yeah.
football player,
activist.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's with the Rams.
He plays.
Yeah.
He used
like
to play bad guys.
Crew people, yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Angel, what's happening? Angel?
Yes, hi, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, Tom, I'm starting a small business, and I'm at the moment that I need to buy a small cargo van. You know, one of those either Ford Connect or Nissan.
Do you mean a cargo bin? You don't mean like a container for like a train container, do you?
No, a cargo van. You know, small, like a tiny minivan, those white vans.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you need it to? What do you need it to haul?
Just box of coffee, nothing heavy. I just want to see which one's more reliable.
Okay,
you know?
the best of the best, in my opinion, are the Mercedes ones. Those they are really getting rave reviews. However, that's going overboard maybe. Chevys make a great van. I hear problems with some of the Fords. What do you guys use? What do you guys use at Plumline?
We use so if you need something smaller, those Ford Transits, the Transit Express.
Do you have?
Great.
Yeah, you do fleets, so you ought to know.
Yeah, we use Ford Transit.
And
Express.
your Ford Transits do not. They're not maintenance hogs.
You know, it really doesn't matter what manufacturer you go with. I mean, we got
take care of them.
Dodge ProMasters, which are great. All of them have their issues. You just got to, like any vehicle, you got to stay on top of them.
What do you?
But you're talking about the Mercedes
Angel,
Sprinter.
yeah. Do you want the big one?
No, I do want the Transit, the very small one. I don't know, Tom, you remember, but I always call with questions. I built a coffee roaster in the west side of town.
Yes.
Now I'm distributing and I'm putting
Cool.
all this in my little car, so I'm moving into a small van. You know, I'm looking for a reliable.
Listen, man. Okay, Bob just told you the Ford. What is it called?
The Ford Transit.
He says he gets really good luck with the Ford Transit. These guys ought to know. They run a lot. How many vans altogether do you guys have?
We have over 100 now.
Oh. Can you believe that? The Ford Transit is a nice vehicle.
NV200.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was thinking about getting the Nissan NV200.
Okay, now listen,
I don't have any experience with
are you
those,
buying new or used?
Most of you have a lot of miles, so I'm going to have to buy new.
Okay, if you buy new,
car dealer, so I should be okay.
if you buy new, the Nissan is a good value. If you buy used, it's not a good value. Okay?
Right, and now you find out that Nissan was making the Chevy one. There's a small Chevy.
No. Nissan is a good manufacturer, but it's artificially high when it's used. There's no reason to pay the price. If you're buying used, you go with the ones that depreciate the most. Not because they're bad vehicles, but they depreciate the most. So the NV400 is a good new vehicle. If you're going with used, go with the Chevy version or go with the Ford Transit. And of course, the Sprinter vans, I mean, they're not that much money. People think they are. They're beautiful vans. Well, I shouldn't say they're not a lot of money. They're 50 or 60, aren't they, complete?
Yeah, but like you said, when you think of Mercedes, you think it's going to be a $100,000 van.
No, but these vans are absolutely beautiful.
And they're reliable. The challenge is when you do have maintenance, you got to take it to a Mercedes dealership.
Yeah, that could be a
maintenance
challenge.
that gets expensive.
Anyway, and what did you say? What kind of business? Are you hauling coffee?
So, my background, I'm a coffee farmer in South America, and I live in the States for 29 years. So, building our coffee brand is slowly getting into the United States market, and I'm delivering to grocery stores here. In fact, whatever's your address, I'm happy to drop some coffee bags for you. It's a very unique coffee.
Well, we use Keurig. Are you making it for Keurig now?
No, we only do whole beans. We don't. Yeah.
Whole beans. Listen, do they have? There must be in the coffee business. Thank you, Anno. What's the name of your coffee?
It's complicated to pronounce. It's called Kasana coffee. That's Kawsana coffee.
Kasana. Kasana. Okay, Kasana. Now, here's the deal. What people should do, they probably have it. Do they have it where you can take the coffee of your choice and stuff it in? You know what I'm going to say? Stuff it into a Keurig cartridge?
Yeah, we use one at the house all the time because we don't like throwing away all those little things. So
okay,
it has to be ground coffee, and you put it in a little filter thing, and it fits in the Keurig, and you just hit go. And
no way. Yep. So you buy these empty filter things?
Yep. I bought them on Amazon.
So you can use any coffee you want in a Keurig without having to buy the Keurig?
Absolutely.
That is so great to know. Of course they would have something like that. Now, another thing that I found amazing, they're making printers now without cartridges. Now, what you do is you buy the printer, and they have little reservoirs for ink. The bottle is a no-mess bottle. It will not spill. You turn the bottle upside down, you put it on top, and go clunk, and you push it in like a syringe, and it automatically gravity feeds. They can fit because it's not a cartridge. You never get a clog because it doesn't sit on the head when not in use. It sits in a reservoir that's bottom fed into a print head. But listen to the best thing. Because of that, I didn't realize the capacity of a cartridge is so small. These things, you can get a bottle of ink that will last you 5 years in most home use.
That's genius.
Think about it. I just got one. I'll let you know how it works. I'm Tom Martino. You never know what you're going to learn on this show. We have all kinds of great stuff. Don't forget rollerauction.com, okay? And that's for rollerauction.com starting next Friday for buy and build. You could always go see the new buy and build on the pad. And don't forget plumlineservices.com for their special. Okay, man.
So Courtney, you can go to your old store and look at stuff?
Yeah, starting the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
There'll be a preview Monday and Tuesday.
When did you have your grand opening?
Well, so it's we did a soft grand opening because we're not quite ready yet. We're still installing some of our displays and stuff. So I think
you ought to do a big grand opening, and then
we'll do a big event.
We should go there. I should go there and promote it. And
you're gonna love the new showroom. You're not gonna know what to do.
Down.
Though it's so organized. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's not big and ugly?